action too.
Oh, stop it, Paul. That just like breaks the whole thing. You're the worst.
That intro goes hard.
Well, it was not loud enough last week, so I recorded it off my iPad this week with the volume all the way up, and it might be a tad bit loud. I am sorry for anybody that's wearing shitty headphones and your eardrums just busted out, and your headphones are probably worthless now too. It is my fault. I take 100% ownership of being awesome.
Hey, if you guys want a monetary replacement for those headphones, contact me. I will give out Paul's address and all of his information, no problem. So
you're gonna
hey, we are exactly.
Hey, that's fine. You give out my address. That's okay. I will go and I will make it a weekend of going to the site that I went to and make sure that they know you're trying to sell at least 30 cars.
Fuck you still. We're going to get to that before we get too much farther because we've got some real pros here. We just found out they've done over 200 episodes. So we had one guy on. We've got Paul from the Aggressively Average Anglers. He's been on the show before. Jeff comes in, dropping his wiener down podcast style and lets us know that he's got 200 episodes. But before we get to that, just a reminder, not a reminder, an announcement. So starting, reminder. So starting March 1st, we're going to be. I fucking hate you already. We're going to be starting the Patreon page, but we're going to be doing a Patreon only podcast. It's going to be a live show.
We're starting it? What the fuck? When were you going to tell me?
Fuck you, Paul. You drunkenly. We talked about this whole thing. He's doing this all for the show. You're the fucking worst.
No, I didn't know we were starting it.
March 1st.
You talked about doing something, and then all of a sudden, boom, we're starting it.
Yeah, March 1st. So, I think we got a couple ideas for names. We're going to put it out to you guys to see what you want it called, but we'll have more information about that. Paul, do you got anything else before we get started?
Yeah, all the information about this will happen when Alex starts it, probably after this show, apparently.
You're the fucking worst. We've got Paul and Jeff from the Aggressively Average Anglers podcast. Welcome.
Thanks for having us.
And
again,
YouTube
Paul,
channel.
Yeah, and YouTube channel. Paul was on the show. We were just talking in the green room. It was it's almost 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. The AA podcast wasn't even out yet because you were talking about it on the show. Like it was just before you guys started. So Jeff was too cool then to come on. And from what I heard, this is what Paul told me. Yeah, he told me he drugged you kicking and screaming to come on. So
it's dragged. It's dragged, Alex.
Is it drugged? Drugged?
Dragged.
I don't know who's right, who's wrong. I don't know.
Who's drugged? I don't know. Don't drug me, Paul. That'd be weird. No, we did a bunch of podcasts this week. That's part of the problem. So this is like podcast number 4.
Four for the last 4 in the last
something
week.
like that.
Great. We're gonna get the not so aggressive.
What this is like Garth
end.
Brooks on his world tour when he was doing back-to-back shows, 2 hours each. I went to the second one and I was fully expecting that old man to be worthless. It was 11 o'clock when he started. Okay. Yeah. He gets on stage and he starts playing. It's just lame. He's not doing anything. There's no life to it. And then he's like, I fooled you. I'm going. And he's like, I'm going to go nuts. This is going to be the best show. And he went bananas. It's probably the best show I can lay claim to ever have seen. It was unreal. He crushed it.
So back to our English lesson from a second ago. So Paul dragged Jeff here, but then Garth Brooks got drugged to go on stage and act the fool.
I mean, and we all won. Everyone got what they needed.
Yeah, everybody was happy, except Garth's body,
Jeff.
probably, and me.
Well, again, we're stoked to have you guys on. It is that time of the year, though. Sorry, this is like your 19th podcast this week. I have noticed it's an uptick for fisherman podcasts because everybody's like iced in or snowed in or whatever it is, or it's just fucking cold and miserable.
They bored. Yeah.
There's a lot of that.
But this will
stoked
be
to have
the
you guys
worst podcast y'all have done
Oh, yeah.
all week. I can guarantee
Yeah.
it.
Oh, good. You got.
we did ours.
You
we
gotta
did
get that
ours.
balance.
What's the second worst?
Yeah, that's fair. Ours
Yep.
is pretty bad, but yeah, you always gotta start from the bottom so you can say I got here. You know what I mean?
Well,
So
I don't
we
think
got that
anyone
out of the
said
way
that about
yesterday.
our podcast. Yeah.
Well, Alex lives at the bottom because he's 4'10".
And Paul lives he's at the top because the fat rises. It's the best I could go with there.
Jab after jab.
That is actually factual because if you ever make, homemade broth, the fat rises to the top.
Did you say factual or factual?
Yes.
Factual.
Factual.
We need to have
These
a segment
are the
called
fats.
These are
I get
the
a million.
facts.
Look, every time I do a podcast, I get $1 million idea. That was the
Yep.
one. So if
That-
that doesn't end up on a T-shirt,
Oh.
fixing your life plan, that's your fault.
I mean,
aggressively average factual. I love it. That's
millions of push on that.
it's like 1 million half pennies.
Yeah,
Is where I
That's
put
right.
it at.
you're gonna sell 2 shirts.
How many
So
dollars is a million half pennies, Alex?
I got a GED. Shut the fuck up. We go through this every week. That's why I joined the military. I wasn't smart enough to go to college, dipshit. All right. How have you boys been since we last talked to you guys? What's been up? What's been up in the last year and a half? Just give me a 2-second rundown of the last year and a half.
Oh, in 18 months in 2
Yeah.
seconds. Got it. Okay. We fished. We went to
Yep.
ICAST. We had fun. Paul,
Solid.
anything else to add?
Yeah, that's
What else did we do other than fish and have fun and go to
we
ICAST?
fired all of our sponsors. That was
Oh yeah, we quit all our sponsorships, so we have no paid.
Did
sponsors.
you guys quit them or did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys quit them.
we quit. Nobody got
Yeah.
fired. We just
Yeah.
said, hey,
it's just the easier thing to say.
Right.
we were like, stop paying us, and they were like, okay, and we were like, cool.
Fine, I guess.
Listen, you know you're a pro podcast when you're like, listen, we have too much money. If you guys could stop paying us, it'd be great.
That's literally not what it was at all.
That's the best part. That's not
It was,
true.
I'm already living in sloth. I guess I don't. This I didn't actually need. This is just making things worse.
It was
Hey,
like,
well,
we're
if any
not
of-
doing well. Let's do worse.
Right.
Hey, if any of your sponsors are listening to this podcast and you would like to pick up another podcast to sponsor,
Yeah.
we would love your money.
Yeah.
Just carry it right on over, man. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Listen,
Monster Bass, Buzzbee,
Got
Mule
'em.
Fishing.
listen,
who else?
all those sponsors, did you just hear? Like, we've got a whole nother show. We can make that a bullshit ad. We can just do a 45-minute fucking ad for
Yeah.
all of you guys. We'll throw in like 2 dick and fart jokes. It'll be solid.
I was gonna say, then they're gonna
I love
log
that.
in to see I wonder what they've been doing. And then they're gonna be like, okay,
What have you guys up to? Oh, no.
we're
Oh,
out.
no.
I
Pull
won't
the
say
plug.
the name. I won't say the name. There's one company I did reach out to, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we're really looking to get into like the podcast sphere with fishing." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And they're like, "Can we have a link?" And I'm like, I sent them a link to the show. It was like 2 days later, and they're like, "Hey man, we listened to it. Super funny, but there's no way we're putting money on this." And I was like,
Not happening.
"Cool, thanks, bud.
Savage.
Thanks for saying we were still nice, I guess."
Savage.
I mean,
That's all right.
so
Fuck 'em.
this is why we do dad swears on our podcast, except Paul will still swear anyways. Which is funny because he has the younger kids and he introduced me
Sure
to
did.
dad swears. I'm the one that swears loosely at my
I get
house.
creative with my dad swears. My
What the
favorite.
fuck is a
personal
dad
favorite-
swear?
what the fart is like
Instead
probably
of
my
what the fuck.
favorite. Like that's my.
Yeah.
And then you start introducing things like that aren't even swears or pretend swears.
Yeah.
You're just saying things like jumping Jehoshaphat when you're surprised.
Yeah, that's a good
those
one.
are the types of things that we're getting down with.
Or just son of a ... Like there is no follow-up word.
Yeah.
But the
Fill
best
in the
part
noun.
is grown adult human mans, they get really upset about that on the internet when you
Very
say
mad.
when you say a pretend swear. They get
Oh.
really mad. They're like, "Why didn't you just say the word?" And they don't understand. We're just playing that YouTube game because YouTube
Yeah.
does not like when
No.
you go cursing around the world.
No. Yeah.
They hate
Oh
it.
shit! Is that true?
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, that's factual.
Sorry to tell you guys, you fucked up. You missed it.
Duck.
Huh.
I want to start
No,
saying
the-
duck.
Yeah,
What
do it like
fart?
the iPhone.
Exactly.
What's really funny is when we first started the podcast, one of our rules in the green room was like, "Hey, you can swear, but don't do it in the first minute because that's going to stop us from getting popular. Joke's on us. We never got popular, so it didn't fucking matter.
So that rule no longer
minutes
exists.
before you figured it out.
Yeah.
Remember that, Paul? Remember we'd have to tell him like, "Hey,
it was
it's
2
like
minutes.
An algorithm. It was 2 minutes.
It was 2 minutes, and I didn't know why. Alex did the podcast before I came on for a few episodes, and people would always, when he was gone, people would always ask me why. I was like, Alex said that we'll get demonetized on
it's
YouTube.
Alex's rule, not
yeah,
YouTube.
It's my rule. It's like one of those like YouTube or TikTok or social media gurus who was like, here's how you're gonna break into the business. It's like you can swear edginess is okay, but don't do it in the first 2 minutes. I was like, all right, well, this fucking guy's got 1 million subscribers. It's got to be true. Thanks, Logan Paul, you fucking dick.
I'm 60 minutes short of cursing now.
Well, speaking of like, especially YouTube comments, they have got to be the most savage motherfuckers in social
media.
Bunch of
blasphemers out there.
Yeah,
I'm telling you what. I had a video I posted of me and my son.
Yeah,
sitting in the truck after basketball. We smell like smoke, and all the YouTube people like, maybe shower. And it was 3 of them of the same thing. Maybe shower.
Dude, the best one is you were like, we look like a bunch of homeless people. And then somebody wrote on it, they wrote, well, you look the part. And I was like, oh, fuck.
Literally just said that. Thank you.
Yeah.
People are brutal. I would say TikTok, I think, is worse than YouTube.
Really?
And
it depends on the content, but I will tell you right now, if you put out something that's like not an audio joke, that's actually you, and then you just talk, you're gonna get shredded.
Well, the first comment will be like not funny, and then maybe comments 2 through 70 will also be not funny.
Second comment, ugly, and then it devolves.
No, for
on the wrong
Paul,
side of TikTok.
For Paul, it is always you look like an old Mr. Beast.
That's
what he gets
so much. It's great.
His YouTube fame for our comments, like the mean comments, was always you're an old Mr. Beast or your eyes are closed. Are you high as fuck? Like every single time they're like, why are you so high, Paul?
I can't.
That's where you're right, bro, Chacho.
I can't unsee Paul Glass as fucking old Mr. Beast now.
He's old Mr. Beast, man.
Speaking of nasty comments, it's a reminder, all of you brewskis out there, we're still playing the game, and the game is go to Apple Podcasts, leave us a 5-star review, and then be as mean as fucking possible in that review. And we have a new one. We will
read them live on air. Yep. And if you leave us 5 stars, we're reading your comment on the air. It's got to be 5 stars, though.
I read all of these before the show because I was like, why are these so mean? And then I was like,
so bad.
Oh, they're doing this on purpose. I figured you out.
Right. What that's doing is just hiding all the actual ones. Yes. This wasn't a higher comment. Scott's just being an ass.
All right, so this one's
that's how you know they're real.
This one's coming from Enretiable. I wonder who the fuck that could be. It says, my therapist recommended this podcast after I told her I didn't think things could get any worse. Shout out to Dr. Deborah Lipschitz. She's amazing. Thanks, Joe. Again, this is a really fun game. So go to all the podcasters we have on the show. Go give them a 5-star review and then be fucking mean. Tell them how Bass and Brews is so much better than their podcast. Make sure to start with the Cut and Retie podcast. But remember, it's got to be 5 stars. So
do it to us. I
think I'm gonna go give you a 5-star review, and I'm gonna be like, your guests suck. They suck ass.
Your worst, by far, not close.
This week, awful. All other weeks fine. This week's so bad.
Hey,
that guy that looked like old Mr. Beast is the fucking
that old Mr. Beast guy was trash.
Exactly.
Somebody did give us a 1-star review.
I saw that too. I was like, I thought they were playing a game. Somebody played the game wrong.
But they didn't. But they didn't leave a review though. Little pussy.
Yeah, hey,
it's okay. We have our 1-star reviews as well.
But if you're going to leave a 1-star review, you got to tell us why, so we can not fix it and just harp on it even more.
It's way better if they're mean about it.
Oh, our review, they did tell us why, and the reason they gave was don't waste your time. That was the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fucking. I love that they say don't waste your time, even though they wasted their time to leave said comment.
Well, we deleted that podcast, so you know what? Maybe it wasn't a waste of their time.
I was like, there's a new one.
What is a podcast for? It is a waste of time. Like that's the whole point.
June 10th. Somebody on you guys left. The don't waste your time, and for the comment they just put annoying.
Yep. Yep. That was a good one too.
I fucking love it.
Old Mr. Beast, annoying. So
Annoying. Yeah.
It's certainly not me. It's definitely Paul.
I think Paul looks more like a Harry Potter.
What?
You don't remember the movie Powder?
No.
Hold on, I'm pulling it up right now for the list.
How in the hell have y'all not seen the movie Powder?
Bruh, we're movie nerds too.
Maybe it's an age thing. I don't know.
Is this a movie? Is it?
Are
you saying you're not saying Potter? You're saying powder?
Powder. POWDER.
1995.
Yep, that's it.
With Sean Patrick Flannery.
Is it a big albino guy with no hair?
Shut up.
Yes.
Google
just
wants to have
or Jeff Goldblum.
What a Harry Potter experience. Are we with Clay Coleman again?
It's got to be Sean Patrick Flannery that you look like. I could see that. That's close.
Now I have to look that up.
Paul's like, man, these guys were so nice when I was on the show a year and a half ago. And now this is what we do.
Wait, why am I looking at like a prison photo of this guy now? What are we looking at here?
Well, because he got.
Are you on Wikipedia?
Oh God, there's a glamour shot from '92 where he's wearing like a see-through striped shirt. Yeah, it checks out.
It's true. No, he's Boondock Saints. That guy, one of the Boondock brothers.
Oh yeah. God, that picture doesn't look anything like him. Oh, but there it is.
So just to be clear, you don't look like the guy from Boondock Saints. You look like the albino from the movie.
Not that one. Yeah, the way worse version of that guy.
Oh God.
All right, while we're all sitting around here having a good time, let's get to the nitty gritty. And the nitty gritty is on Bass and Brews, we like to play a game. You guys maybe have played it if you were degenerate children.
And Paul, you did not play this game last time you were on either.
Oh no, this is a brand new. So the game is marry, fuck, or kill. You guys familiar with this game?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Never heard of it.
Also known as fuck, marry, kill.
Sure,
similar. To be dyslexic about it.
I don't know. I like MFK is like a fun way to say it. MFK. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give you three options. You need to marry one. You oh shit, where am I? Hold on, I'm looking for my assets.
Oh, good job, Alex. Way to be prepared.
Oh, they didn't fucking load up. Damn it. That's all right. We can do it without it. I'm going to give you three options. You're going to need to marry one, fornicate with one, and kill the other one.
All right.
Paul, since you're the returning guest, we're going to start with you.
Baller.
And it's Bigfoot, the Loch Ness Monster, or aliens.
Like
aliens for sure banging. It's going to get weird. It's going to get a little wild. Space action there.
Yep.
Otherwise, it's bestiality, pretty much.
I think kill Bigfoot for the notoriety.
Okay,
yeah, that's good.
I mean, right? Like, oh, who are you? I'm the guy that killed Bigfoot. That's
did it.
Like,
you're gonna kill this good-looking thing right here. That's what you're gonna kill. That's disgusting.
Murdered, dead. But hey, could have gone a different route. Glad I didn't. So... and then I'm marrying someone with intimate knowledge of the waterways. This is you can't beat this. I just won.
Well, there's a right answer.
Are you going along with them?
Answer. Wait, I get the same three?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Well, now I got to change it. I can't just do the same thing. That would be a total cop out. All right, I'm gonna marry Bigfoot because he's the closest to my species. He's a primate. Especially with those fingernails.
Oh God,
that's not Bigfoot.
No, it's Paul. It's Paul Roberts.
Oh no.
So yeah, I'll marry Bigfoot. We're gonna go ahead and kill the Loch Ness so I can have the biggest catch of all time. And
there
then,
you go.
What's up? And then obviously, aliens would be the best option to bang. So yeah. There you go.
Obviously.
It's the obvious choice out of those three. Are you kidding me?
Out of those three, which one do we find alive first?
Which one do we find alive first?
Oh, it's gonna be aliens for sure. Is that a question? It'll be aliens. 100%.
Yeah.
Aliens are real, so they have the best chance.
Or Bigfoot and alien.
I love the Bigfoot theory. So the Bigfoot theory of like real people who are like debunking
interdimensional travel.
Because you have to like prove that something doesn't exist, which is insane, but that's what they have to do.
Hey,
and so they're proving.
That's who we need.
Breaking news. In February, it's happening, folks. I got a motherfucking Bigfoot expert to come on the show. This dude, Bigfoot hunts for a fucking living. He doesn't have a regular job. This is all he does.
Is it Smallmouth Crush? I'm just curious.
No.
Well,
no? All right.
He is always hunting, but he does other stuff.
Yeah, I guess. Hunting for those bronzies too.
I'm so excited to have this guy on. He is. I cannot wait. It's going to be amazing. Jeff, we'll start with you. Crappie, bluegill, yellow perch, MFK.
This is obvious too. No.
All right. We're gonna marry the bluegill. We'll bang the perch. We'll kill the crappie.
Oh, what the fuck? What the fuck?
We're killing.
I had to answer faster.
Hold on. First of all, we're marrying the perch for sure. The most. What fish doesn't have the looks? You're marrying for looks. Right there.
But the bluegill is the most beautiful fish out of all three of those, especially in the summertime.
The perch is not. That's not the better looking fish.
No,
I think really
bluegill 1000%.
Yeah.
Wow. I was gonna kill the bluegill for sure.
Whoa.
Of course you would. Of course you would.
And I was 100% gonna take the crappie to bed. Like,
sure. It's a choice.
Wow.
It's a bad
I'm
choice.
surprised. Okay. Yeah. What would you guys? You guys would have done.
I would have
married the bluegill.
No. I would have married the crappie. She's beautiful. She's elegant. She fucking gets around.
That. Yeah.
She gets around and is very prolific in my waters.
I was thinking crappie of more like the registered nurse of like the three, like most likely to be psychotic.
Oh no. The crappie's a streetwalker, baby. Not even close.
The crappie is pretty woman. Like she's all over the place. But if you find the right slab and bring her home, you could dress her up and she'll be, you know what I mean? She's gonna be very loyal at that point.
I like it.
I would. I'm definitely fucking that bluegill because she's all pretty, she's feisty, and she's ready to bite. And then I'm killing that sloppy. The yellow perch is like you went out to a bar. And you stay till closing time, and the lights pop on, and there's just that one creature at the end of the bar who's like, "Hey, boys, you want to come home?"
Paul's so upset that we're saying perch don't look good.
I'm looking at a yellow perch right there. I'm looking at one. I'm looking at the bluegill over here. This is not a.
Your ability to detect attractiveness in creatures that are not human beings is terrible.
I would like to know what everyone's favorite animal is. I might want to know the answer to that question, and then we can judge.
Okay, what's your favorite animal, Paul?
It's gonna be bad.
Look, okay.
You say cat.
Hear me out, okay?
They're so gorgeous.
It's gonna be the wild turkey. I know it's the ugliest. I know.
I knew it.
I can get down with a wild turkey.
With the big gobbler creatures. Neck and shit.
Absolutely. First of all, if you've ever been turkey hunting, or if you've been near turkeys when they gobble, it startles something in your atoms. It's the most amazing sound on this friggin' earth. It's incredible.
And then you shoot it in the fucking face.
100% going for the face.
Deep in my plums.
But like they're also, it's like turkeys are kind of. They're ugly when you see them like up close, but then once you get like one feather, or you holding like a fan, they're freaking gorgeous, and they're tougher than shit. If you've ever held like the claw, the talon of a turkey, it's made of iron, and if you start cutting those layers, there's just layers and layers and layers and layers of like bone. It's incredible.
I hate to break it to you, it's not made of iron.
I've also figured out that Paul's super into crafts, obviously, because he instantly went with the feather is just beautiful. I can make so many scrapbooks out of that feather.
He's got it on his wall downstairs.
Sure do.
It's a nice display. I'll give you that.
It is a nice display. I got my 2-inch Spurs right there.
Mm-hmm.
Damn,
Paul,
that's a big turkey, eh?
Yeah,
Paul,
and actually,
what about you?
How many
it
pounds?
was half an inch from a double. We had 2 toms right there. My brother-in-law couldn't get her done, so that's on him. I did my part.
Ooh, shots fired.
Absolutely. If he's listening, he knows.
Well, you fired shots.
Listening.
You got it. He didn't fire the shots.
So you shot first and scared his turkey off.
No,
Yeah,
we were
shot his turkey.
We were at like I shot his.
I'll take that.
You don't think I could get?
Paul closed his eyes and shot. And he's like, "That was mine."
Got him. I did it. So we had called them in, and they were actually coming down the hill, which gave us time to run way closer than where we were calling. And we both had time to get behind a log, so we were both tuned up, and we had already agreed on 2 things. I had already told him before we ran, I was like, we're going to get a shot at both of these. Whatever one is on the right, you're taking. Whatever one's on the left is mine. And then I was like, as soon as we see turkeys, I am counting down the shot. And then we are shooting on 3. So we already knew exactly what we were doing because I knew there were two of them coming.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I have he knows what he did. He knows.
It sounds like Paul. It sounds like Paul knew what they were doing, but his brother-in-law had no fucking clue what they were doing.
I think
I feel like
both
Paul
did, only
makes
one of
it-
them executed.
Paul makes it clear now.
Right.
when they were
In the
there,
moment,
No.
these are my
he was like,
instructions. Shut up and shoot the gobbler.
He was just like, "Oh my god, they're so
Shoot the one
pretty.
that's
Do
a
we shoot them?"
1, 2, 3.
He's just like Alex with this podcast. Alex is very clear in everything, but does not tell me until
Yeah.
like it's happening.
Hey, Wolf
love
of
that.
Walmart, can we get Paul's face on that "It's Always Sunny" meme where it's like, and I walked in and I just started blasting? Can we get that for next week's memes? Thanks, Dave. See, we've
Dave
got
Urkel.
that. You know, I don't know if you guys know anything about podcasts, but there's this little podcast out called what's it called? Joe Hogan, I think it's what it's called. It's a small podcast.
Hogan's Heroes.
Yeah,
That's a
exactly.
podcast.
But he's
Oh,
got a
I've
guy
heard about
named
that guy.
Jamie.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
picks fights with people on TV.
He likes aliens a lot.
He
too.
does. Man, that
Yeah.
show has gone downhill.
Yeah.
There's not enough alien probing on that show for my liking. It's too many not funny comedians and fighters. Like
It's the unofficial Ancient Aliens podcast. That's what it is.
it's bad. Okay, total side note, obviously, because it's this show. Did you guys listen to that fucking Cat Williams podcast?
No, but I've heard
Yeah.
everybody talking about it.
Holy shit. Cat Williams drops like the biggest bomb
Yeah.
ever, and he does not stop calling people out. He spends the whole show calling Cedric
Every
the
5
Entertainer a
minutes.
fat, unfunny
every
piece
5
of
minutes.
shit. Oh my god, it was so good. As somebody who doesn't have like any drama in their life, I was just fucking eating it up. Like my wife watches The Real Housewives of fucking Podunk City. Like it was fucking phenomenal.
I haven't seen that one.
I
link.
sent him an email. I don't know if he's going to be on the show, but I asked him to be on the show.
Cat Williams.
Yeah, I did.
It was a good shot.
They're like, bro, you want to come like tell 48
Hey,
like
cat.
fishermen about your
Hey,
dirty
Cat.
laundry?
Hey, Cat, which one are you going to marry, fuck, or kill?
Hey, Cat, what do you think about yellow perch? Pretty sexy. Like, it's hard to argue. Very attractive.
You ever hear of a wild turkey?
What's your favorite animal? Turkey? All right, cool. That's what I thought.
Yeah, it was a fucking crazy podcast. You guys should go out and listen to it because it is. He goes off the wall, and Shannon Sharp is just trying to keep the wheels on it, and then he just gives up within like 10 minutes, where he's just like, "Well,
It's your
fuck it,
bro.
I'm gonna be famous now. Thanks, Cat Williams."
Yeah.
When you
Dang,
had
so he
Marshawn Lynch on,
roasted
it was
everybody.
actually really good.
I missed
I
that
love it.
one. I saw the one afterward with Stephen A. Smith where he was calling football players bitches,
Oh,
which I thought was really funny.
I've seen clips of that too.
Yeah.
Dude, Marshawn is so entertaining though. Like
Oh,
literally
yeah, he's a
anything he
damn-
does.
he's
Marshawn's
so-
I
like
will
a top
listen
10
to and watch.
person.
Yes,
Mhm.
I will listen and watch like anything he does.
He's a really good dude. I've been
motherfucker
fortunate
face.
enough to meet him like 3 times, and he is a fucking nice dude. There's no acting to him. Like he wasn't
That's awesome.
pompous or anything. He was real nice about everything. He's a really good dude.
He made the NFL as like a teenager and was started off of a stud. And like, and how do you don't even learn how to be a piece of shit until you're 25 in the work environment. So he's never had to learn. He don't even know how to do that. That dude is so cool. Oh my
and he made the best decision ever by leaving Buffalo and going
not
to
even
Seattle.
close. It is game. Absolutely. I mean, like, and there's some guys who like kind of like got burned and then maybe salvaged things like Shady McCoy. Like I feel like people think that he disappeared. He was still banging.
He was.
on a toothpick for an ankle. He was banging like in the trenches with crap teams. And you know what? The biggest banger of all, Frank Gore.
Yeah.
Like you could not kill that guy.
Oh, and I feel so bad because he did
36.
Not have
you're gonna go to San Francisco and go to a ship, maybe? Like,
what? Yeah, but Marshawn going to Seattle was fucking awesome. As a Seahawks fan, God, that dude's like royalty in my house.
Yeah, well, he'll be at the level of Barry Sanders. I mean, he had like 2 of the most iconic runs in football in that stretch, and there were some stud running backs in that stretch. He was not in rare air. There were for even though he was the most important player on the team, arguably, there were 3 or 4 other guys doing what he was doing.
Oh yeah,
Mark Ingram, just like stiff from this whole crowd, the entire thing. I'll take that with me. Like, my God, there were so many good running backs.
Oh, they were such a good team, and then we gave up on running. And anyways, we don't.
Well, that one play is what ruined that whole team.
We were underway at the time. Yeah, we were underway at that time, and we were up. And I had bet the operations officer on my ship. She was a lady, and I bet her that the Seahawks were going to win. And she was a Patriots fan, right? So she was like, all right, whoever loses has to wear the other one's jersey the next week and serve them food. While we're underway.
Good. I like that.
So I thought like we were going to win, and I go into the officers eat separate. So I go into the wardroom and I'm like, you're going to fucking lose. You're going to eat shit. Just being vile. Yeah. And then it fucking happens. Oh so God. She was a smaller lady, about 5'2". So she brings out what only comes up to be about a tube top of a fucking Brady jersey that I have to serve her food the next weekend.
That's a lie. That jersey fit Alex like a glove.
I'm not that.
That jersey fit Alex perfectly.
A little baggy actually.
Yeah, The sleeves came down to his wrists. It was like a long sleeve jersey he had on.
No,
he had to wear 2 shirts underneath. Just
he was like an Ant-Man when Ant-Man became a toddler. He just wore the hoodie.
What the fuck?
That's good.
Listen, this is why we had Paul on and not you the first time.
That's fair. That normally goes.
Oh yeah. See, Jeff's got him a little beer now. We about to get rolling.
I did the Midwest thing. I just put it out in the snow. That's the
move. Sweet.
Yeah. That's why I had to step out for a second. I was like, oh yeah, I left this thing outside. I want that.
Until it explodes.
You gotta time it, man.
Oh my God.
Perfectly timed.
It's right up the opposite. Just type it right.
Or it's right before it explodes when you crack it open and you get the volcano of beer because it's half frozen.
100%.
It shoots out. There you go.
Well, you can't.
We did that on a podcast. Paul and I had Fishing with Becca, and we had Todd Grove on.
God. That might be honestly. It's hard to. It's like picking between 300 of your kids to like pick a favorite episode.
Number dropping again. Number dropping again.
That one would for sure
400,000 or 500,000
way
episodes
at the top. Like that show was nuts, and I still like. That was the only time I've ever talked to Fishing with Becca.
Yeah.
Like face to face, sort of. And I will never remember, or I'll never forget the end of that podcast, that joke. Like I still walk around sometimes, like making that joke in my head to nobody. That
Fishing
show.
with Becca on Tinder.
What joke?
We were talking about her being on Tinder, and I was like, "Oh, you need to get a code. Like use code Becca.
Code Becca on Tinder."
Like, honest to God, I still laugh about it. And that show was way too much fun.
They had to switch from their computer to Becca's phone. And she was on her phone during the podcast second half. We're like 3 hours in at this point. It's one of our longest ones.
It would not stop.
And her phone kept going off. And we were like, what are you doing? Like, do you need to go? Do you have like, is work calling you? Did your
house on fire?
Like, what is going on? So then it's buzzing. She's swiping it away. We're like, dude, just tell us what that is. And she's like, oh, it's Tinder. I was like, freaking, you're crushing
it. What a difference in guests you guys have than we have, because we usually guys come on here and we try to help them out with their Tinder profile because it's got like pictures of them catching bass, and they're like, I don't know why it doesn't work.
What's wrong with this? I don't get it.
Oh my god. No, yeah, we have the exact opposite with her holding up a bass, and dude, that show was so honestly,
it was a blast.
That was so fun.
Having two guests is always fun. Like,
going back to the number thing. So you said over 200 episodes. Are you counting the Burley fishing podcast too?
Yeah, if you had the two together.
We were at like 100. We were at 180 something, or was it 150? Lot, yeah. It was 160 something, I think it was. And
honestly, no idea.
Yeah.
It was 200.
And then I think it was like 160 or 180 or something like that.
Yeah.
And then we're
at 61.
Start over. We're at like 61 already. I'm like, oh my god, like it just doesn't stop. And that obviously doesn't include like the members only stuff. So we started doing that as well once a month.
Yeah.
We do that.
That's on OnlyFans, right?
And
it's OnlyFans.
It's a ton of fun. Yeah, OnlyFans. Mm-hmm.
It's our OnlyFans. So yeah, we do that once a month. That's fun. We do like special giveaways on it. It's awesome. I think we're up to like 58, almost 60 members.
Damn.
Yeah, I checked.
Hey, how are those giveaways going since y'all have to purchase the giveaways now?
I was about to say they got no more sponsors now.
Here's the thing. The funny thing, and I almost don't want to share the secret because it's like a secret now. But like when you drop all your sponsors, all of a sudden you're a free agent and everybody reaches out to you. So like we used to have to like try to reach out to people and they'd be like, who you working with? We want to make sure we're not like messing anything up, stepping on any toes, blah, blah, blah.
Well,
you got to have all those conversations.
For consistent money. It wouldn't be like a one-time shot. It's just a totally different conversation.
We're trying to get a paycheck. So then you got to go through the whole like song and dance. Contract. And now that we're like, look, don't pay us. They're like, what can we give you? Like, I'll give you literally anything you want. And I'm like, this whole time, this has been right here. So it's like,
hold on,
and then you can buy the tackle, or they can just give you the tackle.
Hang on,
cut out the middleman.
Here's the thing, though, about that. Like, while that is true, we have done a lot more reaching out to people and
we're being active now.
We're going to talk to.
We're not tied down. That's why
we've gotten really good at it.
Yeah.
So that actually requires more work to the point where sometimes some weeks it gets hard to like keep track of who you're going to talk to.
Who are we talking to?
And why, and like, where you are in the process and stuff. Yeah. So it's a lot more work, but we have way more control over it. And that was the whole thing with dropping sponsors or, moving away from paid for content was, one, we got a lot of freedom. So even with the content, we do whatever we wanted. And then from time wise, we didn't owe anyone videos or content or anything like that. That was huge because that just gave us even more freedom and just less to deal with. And then we didn't have any exclusivity. And then even just know, like, maybe I didn't like this week, and then I'm going to get yelled at if I say that. I do it, I get yelled at, and then we just would do that. But we don't have to deal with that now. And so
it's good.
Man,
Lunker Hunt Box.
Such a huge, and
3 times
Hunt Box.
3
and it was like
Hunt boxes.
And it just got to a point like this was such a huge change. And so now the conversation is different. This is what brands want to hear because they don't have to give you any money. They don't do anything consistent. And they just kind of take a gamble that you're not going to screw them on a video. And that's betting on your product. And so then they just give us product, which for them is at cost. And so it's just it's been great.
It seems way better because again, you guys have day jobs, correct?
Oh yeah.
So I think it seems cool to everybody to get paid to do podcasts, get paid to do YouTube, get paid to do TikTok and all that other shit, right? But then like you already have a regular job, and eventually it's going to come down exactly what you said. Like, I don't like this, but then you still gotta fucking be your chipper YouTube self to be like, hey, look at this fucking stupid spider, but this is the best spider ever.
The lizard, that's the best
that sounds
one.
like a commercial. I've never heard one of those before.
Do
people do that on YouTube, like on purpose? That's weird.
Listen, this podcast has been offered millions of dollars, but I refuse to just kind of sell.
Why would you sell out?
I'm just joking. I will sell my soul. Whoever wants it, like, come on.
I was like, who offered millions?
I'll post it tonight.
Yeah.
We've been part of a. And we've.
I mean.
On advertising, it's been terrible.
We're gonna need help from you guys because here's what we want. We only want one sponsor, and one sponsor only, because this sponsor is a big brand name and it's non-endemic. And that's Astroglide, because Astroglide is a fisherman's
that's
favorite lube. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
It makes a
I don't know if we have any
great
contact,
beard.
Paul. Do we?
Is it beard oil?
I have a guy.
Beard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Who's the
beard oil.
parent company of Astroglide? That's the better question.
Johnson & Johnson?
Johnson & Johnson. That's probably
Fat
it.
Bruce podcast brought to you by
Unilever.
Johnson & Johnson.
Specifically.
We just go down with big lube.
Dude, that
Take
would
down
be-
big
That's
lube.
how you'd zoom it out. You'd get
Take
you'd
down
get,
Big
you'd get it
Lube.
from the Astroglide brand, but then you'd be like, "Well, we need to clean this up." You brought to you by Johnson & Johnson,
Right.
a family
Exactly.
company.
Family company.
Also, fuck all these.
Astroglide.
Biofilm is the proud manufacturer
Oh.
of Astroglide.
I'm telling you,
Biofilm?
we could have a whole Bass and Bruce scent of Astroglide that smells like crappie.
I was about to say it would just smell like rot.
Yeah, exactly.
Shrimp.
It smells like catfish bait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking worst. The worst.
Stink bait glide. All right.
Tease or stink? What's your brand there? Yeah.
No, that's awesome though, because I totally get. I think everybody had that dream at one point to get all these deals right, and then I see more people backing away from them, and I think it's awesome to see folks kind of
I
back away
think
because you
it's-
do get that freedom.
It's
That
because
financial
reality
situation is not possible.
reality
To
hit
think that
them,
it could
man.
work.
So
Yeah.
I think a lot of people grew up on YouTube where like the Guggen Squad started springing up, and you're like, man, like fishing YouTubers can grow, and that's what that like showed everybody. And then they're like, oh, if I just start recording, going fishing, I can grow a YouTube channel. And it's just mathematically not possible to do it that way. It just does not work. You can grow, but you're going to grind, and it's going to take you forever unless you're like a 0.01 percenter.
That's the thing.
And-
Some people are that good. They
They're-
are.
well,
and
they're
we're
that good.
acknowledging that we are not that
ND
good.
Yacker, ND Yacker, is that his name, right? The Bob
Yeah,
Ross.
well,
of
it
kayak-
takes, he's really good at what he does. And there's also like this golden window, right? So,
Mhm.
like, he would still be big, I would argue, to Paul's point, like, he is good. He is good. There are also a lot of those folks that aren't that good and are huge. And it's like, well, how did this happen? Golden window, baby. Like, if you just
Right
get
time,
in at
right
the right
place.
time, you do the right things, you post videos the right day, the right time, like all that stuff, all of a sudden, boom, it pops off. But for the vast majority of us, like, we're not going to make bank on social media.
No.
Even like all these TikTokers, as big as they are, like, they're not making bank, man. They're not doing well. And
No.
they just pretend that they are. So I don't know. If you just face reality, like, just make this fun. That's what we talked about. The whole reason we're doing this is purely from a fun standpoint. We didn't know anybody was going to talk to us after this and like consider sending us stuff. We had no idea. That just happened to work. That's great. We're just like, you know what? Are you having fun? I was like, no. And then Paul said no. So we were like, let's stop doing this nonsense. Let's drop all of this. This doesn't need to be, we don't need 2 jobs. It should be one job and then a super fun hobby that we get to share with people. And like, that's what it started as. That's what it should be. So that's where we are.
That's
If
got to
you
be a
said-
hard conversation though, right at first, because you are getting some cash or whatever from it, and to be like,
Jeff,
I mean,
how long
it's-
did we deliberate on that decision?
1 year.
We were talking about it.
Holy
Oh, wow.
wow,
We talked about we deliberated about 4 seconds.
No.
Like-
I thought you meant like leading up to the actual.
Oh no.
decision.
Yeah, we had like a long rant before we like let people know. We had a
Yeah.
whole plan in place, and we knew what we wanted to do and where the risks were. But as far as like I remember, we soft launched it as a joke at 7:45 p.m. Eastern. By 7:51, we were planning our escape. Like, it was not. I remember
text
being
was-
like, I look
text-
over at Jeff and I go, I mean, I'm serious. Like, I'd be fine just quitting. And he was like,
Yeah.
me too. And I mean, that was it.
Mhm.
Yeah. I think we're on a call. We were like ready to do a podcast.
Yeah,
or
we were
something every time?
we were talking on the phone. We were planning out all
Okay.
the bullshit we were gonna have to do for the next like 4 months because we had like 8 videos due. And
Yeah, we were like behind with Monster Bass and stuff like that.
and we were like, yeah,
I thi-
we should just quit. I was like,
Well, I think I
perfect.
remember just being like, what if we didn't
Yeah.
work with anybody?
Yeah.
That's right. It
And
starts
that
as a what if, and then you're like,
Yeah, we
what if
soft
we
launched
didn't?
it, and then right after
Yeah.
that, we had already made our decision.
It's one thing to have a podcast to put in a host read ad or plop in an ad or whatever. There's a whole nother fucking thing to have a certain amount of videos you got to have out in a week or a month that you have got to get out.
Oh yeah.
That I'd never ever want to have to put out a video because I hate that shit. Like I want to do it when I want to do it.
Right.
The podcast we do every week, we're going to do it regardless of what's going on. If Alex can't make it, I'll be here, and vice versa. But the video shit on the other side, that would be stressful as hell.
But like I love that. So I respect what you're saying, and you're not wrong. I don't.
Yeah.
What bothered me was like taking. So I think we were getting to a point where there was a convergence of a few things. One, TikTok had just gone to paid ads for creators, where they basically say, here's the, here someone said doesn't matter. They offer anyone an opportunity to advertise anything on TikTok, and
for a TikTok shop.
You're seeing like. It was nuts, and you were seeing commercials that made no sense. Like your favorite TikToker would pop up and be talking about Crest toothpaste. Like what the
You're like, what?
Like how? Why? Okay.
Why?
So like that started happening. Then we started seeing it immediately in YouTube as well. And I was like,
and
now I have to listen to like my favorite fisherman hawk me like pliers online. Like why? And so that and then we were also at a point where we had a lot of content to create and we didn't have a lot of time. And we couldn't even do what we wanted to do. And we kept bumping up against the exclusivity. And we were already like, God, I got to get away.
I need
from
videos.
Like, this is very difficult, but I need to make these videos. But I got to make all these other videos. I'm like drowning in it. It's like all those things came together. And we were like, oh, and then we started realizing too, like, last year was the real year where it was like, we're doing all this work, right? We feel like we're having success. Maybe not the rate that we want, but it's happening. Like we're doing things. And we had money coming in and it was like solid, but it was nowhere near enough for either one of us, even combined, to
Not
like
one could
go
quit.
full time. And our goal is sort of like, let's get one of us full time. And we're just foot in the door. And then if we can work that angle, then we can work on the, maybe getting both of us full time, like somewhere, right? Doing something. We didn't know what we wanted at that point, but just want to be something in fishing. And if it was this, great, but whatever. Yeah. And we were like sniffing that, like we were kind of getting close. But there's barriers there, and there were things that we had to deal with that we didn't want to, and exclusivity would still be there. And it was like, no, like none of this feels right. None of this feels possible financially. So why are we killing ourselves over it? Like, let's just like, fuck it. Pull the ripcord, dude. And we did. And honestly, we do something big like this every year. It's like last year, got rid of the podcast, Aggressively Average Anglers. Like the year before that, we made huge changes to our contract and like leaned in on sponsorships, and that kind of got us to where we were last year. So we do like we don't do it on purpose. I think we both just
it's a gimmick
and like to just do shit. Yeah, it's a joke.
It's a
and then we get all the way through the end of the year, and like by the time
long con.
Yeah, the long con. And November, December rolls around, and we're like, hey, let's just delete our channel and do something different. Like it happens every year without fail. But
Paul's gonna start a scrapbooking only with Turkey Feather channel next year, 2025 year of the turkey.
What were we were gonna
start a campaign for yellow perch are sexy.
Yellow perch are beautiful too. What's so what do you, Jeff? We've talked about doing other content before. We talked about movies.
We need a movie or a game
and
podcast.
video game.
That's
sure.
I started dabbling into the camping world late last year. And being in the fishing genre, and then diving into, not from a content creation side, but just as a consumer, and then diving into the camping side as a consumer. The average big YouTuber has got, let's say 50,000 to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Then some of your big ones are up into the hundreds, and maybe there's a few in the millions. You go start looking at folks that are doing camping shit and hiking shit on YouTube, and they have 500,000 millions. Like the average the big content creators, the average of them, they're in the hundreds of thousands.
Yeah. You know why? They got someone to click subscribe, but then no one ever unsubscribes on YouTube because like those people are camping and doing other shit. They probably get 4 likes every 30 years. Because like all those people subscribed in like way back in the day, and then they never open the app again. They're like, oh, I hike. I don't even need this phone.
Okay. The reality, we'll accept what Paul said, but the reality of the situation is that we're a small niche.
That's right. And that's
fishing is a niche, and anything hunting and fishing gets downplayed by YouTube. That's the actual reality.
The hunters, they unsubscribe because they're just up there in their stand, not seeing a fucking thing. They're like, God, I hate this guy on YouTube. Unfollow.
What's up?
All right, everybody, go out, create a fucking camping YouTube right now.
Camping's the way to go.
Just switch.
You'll never lose a subscriber, but you'll also never get a view because
you need to get one, and you get them, you get it for life.
You can't.
Your viewers are camping
next year.
Hey, there's a lot more people that will go buy shit to go camping than they will fishing because fishing is stupid.
And $190 on a short chair. Like,
I mean, 100%. But can we make a "You Can't Lose" subscriber shirt, Paul? Is that like our next one? Like, don't worry, I can't lose subscribers.
I have switched to camping videos. I'll never lose.
People subscribe, they don't unsubscribe.
You got the TikTok. Of course, we're camping YouTubers. We never lose subscribers.
I've never lost subscribers.
I've never lost a single subscriber in my life.
Oh my god.
We're camping YouTubers. We get 4 likes per video
We're
per year.
YouTubers. We eat 600,000 calories like per reheated pouch.
Hey, I just dehydrated 2 meals that I'm taking camping with me this weekend.
Isn't that so nice, though?
Isn't
it convenient?
Stop.
It's super cool.
Oh, it's so fucking annoying. It's annoying to see.
It's cool.
Hey, I'm so excited. It's going to be somewhere between 15 and 20 degrees tomorrow night, and I'm going out in my hammock camping.
That sounds like shit. What?
It's going to be
what did you dehydrate?
Split pea soup,
like a fucking,
and also dehydrated chicken pot no pie.
I saw that.
Okay, I was gonna say you gotta try goulash type stuff.
Yeah. I haven't cooked it in a while, but yeah.
Yeah, not split pea soup. Nobody wants to eat that normally, let alone fucking rehydrated.
That shit is delicious.
I kind of get that. Chicken fettuccine is like probably my favorite like homemade dehy meal because like it just absolutely slaps.
Paul's
and I like
into it. He said dehy meal.
If you can control like the texture, so good.
Hey, I've got the description below.
I got like 50 subs. Never.
Oh, it's gonna be the Paul
Glass camping
next year. It'll still be at 50, baby.
Hey, if you put out a video, you might get to like 2,000.
Yeah,
instantly.
Funny I'm just thinking they give you 2,000 as like an entry. They're like, when do you want your 2,000 followers?
So you're gonna do camping? Here's 2,000. So you're gonna do fishing? Here's 1 subscriber.
Here's one negative.
Best of luck.
And they're gonna talk shit in the comments. They're gonna call you ugly.
You don't even post the video. Like, how did they post a comment to this video? It doesn't exist.
Just some old guy going like, "Fuck you, money doesn't make the fisherman." Like, dude, I'm fishing with an ugly stick and Zoom worms. Can you chill?
Must be nice to have all that money.
Exactly.
You got 2 ugly sticks.
Money to find that curly tail. You fucking.
Back in my day, we fished with no curly tails. We couldn't afford the tail.
We'd go dig them up from under rocks. Like,
oh my god, it's.
I like
Ramon
I like how these guys are like cool stuff exists and they're like, hey, cool shit's stupid, and you're like, you
don't need
idiot.
that.
If you could afford it, you'd have it. You shut up. Like, that's the test. If you get rich and then you decide not to have it, then you can come talk some shit. Until then, go home.
Yep.
Fishermen are the poorest motherfuckers that think they're rich out of anybody in the world.
100. Yeah.
They are the poorest rich people you will ever see.
Yep.
Ramon Outdoors, I like how he takes he's a big fan of screenshotting his comment sections in YouTube to me.
Yep.
Because he's got like solid responses, and most of his comments though are like, "Motherfucker, those fish are so small," and the title of the video will be like, "Watch me catch small fish on an ultralight." And like the people
I love
are
Ramon
fucking
Outdoors. By the way,
it's always like, I bet you never catch bigs. I've never seen you catch a big fish.
Ramon's kind of a polarizing figure in the community because he's such a nice guy, but his secrets are deep and dark. And
oh, really?
Oh, he is a fucking asshole.
Oh
no, I'm just joking. Ramon's great. He's actually gonna be on the show next week. We're gonna have a whole YouTube episode. No, he's such a good dude. Did you guys know that Ramon was actually the very first guest of Bass and Brews?
Nuh-uh.
Yep.
Yeah, he's episode number 1.
I wasn't even here then.
He wasn't there. Yeah. I've known Ramon for a long time now.
Ramon lives like 30 minutes from me.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Oh,
well,
awesome.
so Jess had Mule
iCast.
Fishing. Yeah, he's one of the guys that works with Mule, and he's just a it's great.
He's a good dude. Also, another connection to Mule Fishing, which I think is kind of funny. And here's why I remember it. So me and Paul record these every week. We don't really batch them. I fucking hate you.
Anyways,
we don't really batch all the episodes, right? But when we were in Cali, there was 1 week and we did batch. And we did 3 episodes in 3 days, right? First episode was Ethan, right when he started Mule. Second episode was Paul Glass. You were the second episode the day after Ethan.
No way.
Yep.
I didn't know Ethan at that point.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. The online. Well, we interviewed him as the online outdoorsman.
Wow.
Did we.
Yeah. OG.
God, Ethan. So Ethan's from Michigan. He's only about an hour and a half north of us. That dude, he just loves to fish and he loves to tinker, and he's he's bold for just a quiet guy. And he just works hard, and he's super fun to fish with, and he's a really fishy guy, and he loves that shit.
You guys heard it here first. Paul just said that Ethan is way better than Ramon Outdoors. That's what we just heard.
He did say that. I heard it too.
All right.
I can't wait for this to come out because Ramon's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
we got
this will be a classic. I said a bunch of nice stuff about him. The only clip that gets played. Yeah, I hate Ramon Outdoors. Yeah,
Ethan's better.
Nope, I don't do clickbait videos anymore. I learned my lesson. That was not a good experience for anybody involved. The infamous Alex Rudd bass fishing isn't a sport. TikTok.
If you have to go home and cut grass on the weekends,
you're not a pro fisherman.
That was what you posted?
No. Well,
he said it on the podcast, but then Alex clipped it and made it a hot take on TikTok, and it was something to the fact that you're not a pro angler if you have to go home and cut grass on the weekend.
Oh God!
And he explained
you got lit.
We did a whole 2.5 hour episode.
Alex
on
just put that nobody who listened to the podcast didn't get the explanation to it.
Oh God!
Yeah, that's a power move.
It was a bad move. At first I was like, wow, this is getting popular. This is cool.
Then you're like, oh shit.
Well, at first the comments.
Well, that Poe folks are coming down the road and they got pitchforks.
Exactly. That's exactly it. Because I'm on the nice side of TikTok. Normally, all our comments are nice because we don't go viral and we're just within our community. It's fantastic
because we only get 3 comments a thing, so they're all.
We get more than that. Shut the fuck up. Great. Stop. Anyways, we get more than that. But this one went bigger, and as I started reading through, it's like, "Fuck you! Who the fuck are you, you bearded freak?" And I'm just like, "Holy shit, this is getting mean!" And then they started attacking him, and I was just like. And then I'm texting him, and he's laughing it off, and I'm like, I mean, he's used to it because it's Alex Rudd, but I'm just like, oh fuck, I learned my lesson. I can't do those. So
Paul, get ready. In 2 weeks, you're gonna be getting chased down the road with people holding tiki torches.
Oh, they'll never chase you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Stay in their basement.
You. they're in their mobility scooters. Just
they're not going anywhere.
They're right there.
They're at your door. Don't turn around.
They're in their underwear in their mama's basement.
Yeah, dude. They're not going. They're not doing.
Listen, it's a true fact that anybody who talks shit on the internet also loves yellow perch. I mean, it's just a true fact.
They think they're sexy.
Right.
It's a problem.
Hey, all right. Well, the yellow perch taste good?
Yes. Yes.
I'm in North Carolina. I've seen one yellow perch down here. This is not a fish that I get to regularly interact with.
But I thought it was generally commonly understood.
Reaction.
It's commonly understood and expected that even if you don't have walleye, walleye's good, right?
Right.
Everybody knows that.
Never had it.
It's like, oh, catfish.
They're good.
But that it's generally accepted to be good. Right?
I think largemouth bass tastes delicious, but other motherfuckers be stupid and say it
People
doesn't.
are dumb. They just don't know how to do it. But still, everybody knows walleye. If you've never had a walleye, everybody knows.
I'm already taking the screenshot.
Everybody knows that
already
everyone
doing
else likes walleye. Perch is right there. Same thing.
No, Paul, say what you think about perch again, real quick, just for the clip.
I hate you.
Not that part. The other part.
Nope. No, I'm putting that one in.
Ipso facto, they're beautiful.
And the title of the TikTok will be like, "Is there a rift within aggressively average anglers?"
And no one will care. They'll be like, "Who the hell's that?"
if we broke up because Paul thought perch were attractive and I didn't, that would go down in history. Worst breakup.
That would go down into
goals
the
for
deep,
2025.
That would go into the deep dark waters. Does anybody get that reference? No.
The attractiveness.
Well, speaking of attractiveness, God damn it, Jeff, that was like the perfect segue into another new segment, Paul, that you don't know about.
Yeah.
So we learned.
Segue.
Paul, you didn't prepare me at all for this. Like I thought you would come in, do it.
No, that's not even remotely close.
Yeah, Segway.
No, that's the motherfucking motorized electric
I spelled
scooter.
it, Bix. You didn't specify.
That is not. Everybody knew what I was talking about.
All right. So
Just
we
like
learned.
you know the walleye are good.
Segway.
I've never had one. I couldn't tell you.
We learned a couple months ago from a.
I'm in North Carolina. We ain't got no. We do have
They don't
walleye
have. They
down
don't
here,
have
but
yellow perch.
no, we
They don't have
do.
yellow perch.
We do have yellow perch and walleye, but like y'all Yankees get to fish with all these bycatches. You go bass fishing and you might catch like 100 pounds of meat fish.
That's bold.
Our bycatch down here are catfish.
Yeah.
We get
Like
those.
we don't have all the toothy fish like y'all do. We ain't got
Yeah,
big
Are you talking about
jackfish.
eating pike and
You have
pickerel
guard
and
too.
all that?
Pike's delicious.
Come up here and get some.
Oh,
How
I'd
many-
love
okay,
to.
it's
I
a
wanna
lot
come ice
easier to
fishing.
just say which fish are gross because like most fish are pretty good.
Yeah,
Even the ones that people
agree.
think are trash are amazing.
I agree.
I mean, carp is delicious. You cook it right.
So you gotta make cakes.
There's a way.
If you know how to make cakes, every fish is good. Yeah.
That's
true.
exactly right. If you can make
Also
some fish
frying
balls,
every fish.
you can make
yeah.
some fish balls. It's going to be delicious.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you make hush puppies or you make cakes. If it's one of the two,
Mhm.
it literally
You're good.
doesn't matter what you do. I keep like at least one bass. When I'm keeping fish, I try and keep one bass for every like 10 bluegill because that combo makes like a really like you can make like a 2-inch burger and all it's gonna taste like is seasoning and like perch. It's gonna be amazing.
You just made so many people so mad.
It's
It's
such
okay.
a hot
The
take.
best, best tasting bass are 7+ pounds.
I would have
I
no. Now
love
that I have
those.
no idea. Is that generally accepted to be understood?
I get to
People are
keep mine
so mad.
as long as it's not under the limit of the length limit. I get to keep
A
5.
16-inch 9-pounder. That's what I
16-inch
want.
9-pounder.
Y'all got some
Okay.
smallies up there that might be 16 inches and 9 pounds. Damn football.
Oh, they got shoulders, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the,
Call
especially when you get
footballs.
those older fish, like when I was in Minnesota with Monster Bass, and I was catching
Name
these,
drop.
like, yep, literally, and I was
Like
catching,
Mille Lacs.
yeah, it was an amazing
No big
lake.
deal.
Spot burner.
It's
The whole thing.
it was like it was in the United States of America. Oh my God! Is there a
I
picture?
can't just gave that away. Are you out of your dang mind?
Well, just
give
give
you
you
a
waypoint. Just give them the
You
waypoint.
fucking
What are you
fishing
doing?
content creators.
That's my lake.
You drove out, picked up 38 people, dropped them off the fishing gear.
The
A
best one.
bus tour going to my spot.
The best one for content creators is like everybody knows that bridge. Like, why'd you show that bridge in your video? Like,
Because everybody knows about it, you idiot.
there's no road sign on it. It's just a bridge.
Christ.
And you're like,
Alex
everybody
almost
knows
got drowned in the
did.
river up in New Jersey
Well,
for
not that, but yeah.
saltwater fishing.
that. Oh yeah.
What were you
Oh, yeah,
saying,
people
Paul,
got-
before you were so rudely interrupted by these two assholes?
I don't
Yeah.
know. Not important.
All
It
right.
wasn't.
It was important. It was a really good point. And then y'all fucked it up. You know, Paul,
No,
us Paul's
a
got to
bad
stick
point.
together.
That's
No. Here's
Dollar.
the thing. Here's the thing. You guys really want to make a change in 2024. Here's what's happened. Paul is being drafted to Bass and Brews, and I'm moving to aggressively average angler.
We've talked about this before because
Fair
he
enough.
looks so much like Debo. We were like, we got to do it where we switch the names,
The
and then I
podcast
dressed up, and I want him to take a picture of his background so that I can put it as like the background effect of me, and I'll look like I'm in his spot, and he would look like he's in my spot. I want to do it so
I love
bad.
that. Still got to do it.
You guys are like the king. You guys are the king of gimmicks. I love it. I fucking love it.
Oh wow, that hurts.
The whole thing's a gimmick. We're gimmicks. Like nothing is real. Let's be.
I mean, the only thing we've really come out is that Paul has awful taste in female fish, and you guys are spot burners, is what we figured out. And that
Agreed.
Ramon is an awful human being who's
at least compared to Ethan. I mean, yeah.
Exactly.
The saint of a human.
All right, so a couple of months ago, we had a guest on named Wyatt, and Wyatt introduced us to something that is shocking and appalling in fishing. Cool. And it's a new segment we like to call Bass or Ass. So we're gonna play you something, and you have to figure out whether it's a fishing video with no video, just the audio, or if it's somebody doing the dirty.
Oh,
Pornhub.
So, Paul, why don't you start with the original one?
Okay. First one, bass or ass?
Oh, that's a good fish.
can we? Is the
Is that
answer
the clip?
Is the
A little
answer
quiet.
both?
It's a little quiet.
I'm kind of hoping. Here's the thing.
It's open.
It's kind of you got to go for bass because he said,
Yeah.
"Oh, nice fish," but I'm kind of
Yeah.
hoping that it's
No.
ass, and he just
It's
like
not.
that's
No.
that's how he like pep talks himself.
Like
we
I
love
said.
Wyatt,
Oh,
we
that's
love
a nice
Wyatt.
fish.
but Wyatt also was the one who needed help with his Tinder account. So, all right, I've got one.
Fair
here.
enough.
Take a guess.
Yes.
Hopefully, this one's a little louder.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I got this. I can't believe I got this. Oh. I gotta breathe for a minute. Holy shit. Oh shit. Holy shit.
All right. So, what are you guys' thoughts on that
There's
one?
There's too many Canadians for it to not be fishing.
Hear me out.
It was wet
Listen.
and wild. It was wet and wild.
I know
over
you.
there.
I know you think you heard a lot of water.
It wasn't.
You
I
sure
mean,
did.
It was a liquid.
It was they used Astroglide.
Yeah,
Exactly.
lots of it.
It's
Sponsored this
and
podcast.
sponsored by Johnson & Johnson, a family company. Get it?
The family company.
All right, I got,
It's
I got another
biofilm.
one. All right, so listen closely on this one because this one I think is going to trick you. So make sure you're listening.
Okay.
Get in here. Oh, yes.
That sounds like such a dork. Like who would?
100%.
what do you guys
fishing.
think?
We made a joke based off of basically that exact audio for like years.
So I'm glad that I could go.
Damn,
back.
Alex, way to be fucking original, asshole.
Well, no,
They've been using that clip for years.
Damn it.
Could you have found one that wasn't famous?
I thought I was going old school. I went back. That video is 4 years old. Is what I pulled that from.
Wow,
Oh
man.
fuck yeah!
Why did I talk about it
Oh.
being a tank in that
Yes,
audio
yes.
clip? It's a
It,
tank.
it wasn't.
It's a
It wasn't
giant.
that big
It's
of
a
a fish.
giant.
And then reels in a perch.
Get in here.
That's great.
That's my face too. Just like, get in here. That was
It's interesting that you have that many clips that you could play.
Yeah, so if anybody has a fishing clip that sounds erotic, you know where to send it. It's us, and we'll play it, and we'll give you credit the first time that we play it. So
let's be real. They all sound erotic. If you record every
really do.
person catching,
Oh,
they all sound
but
erotic.
usually, so like big names, I have to go back, right? Because normally
time
once
machine,
you
yeah.
once you start like doing a lot of videos, you realize like just listening to some dude sound like he's blowing it.
I sound dumb.
Right. So they'll put background music, right?
Yeah.
And that kind of like, it adds to the flow of the video and all that. It's great. It really fucks
Yeah.
it up for comedic value because nobody wants to hear a SoundCloud song in the background unless it was like porn music. So maybe we can make that a thing. If everybody could just put porn music in their clips, this would be way easier. Also, a lot of people nowadays, when they're like, "Oh yeah, this is brought to you by Guggenbait," it fucking really throws it off. So,
Macho Man Randy Savage was briefly advertising for Guggen.
Employed for.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, I'm gonna snap
It's
into
a
a
saucy
6-cent
swimmer.
Oh God.
So honest
Ew.
reaction. So Paul, the last time you were on the show, not only like when you were on the show, we capped at like an hour. We're a little bit over that, and we're not done. And we're a little different now. What do you think so far, as from one podcaster to another?
I'm enjoying myself. We've
having
gone
a
from
terrible
topic to
time.
we've
Perfect.
glidden
That's the
from
answer I
topic to
wanted.
topic
Yeah.
smoothly, and we're right where we should be.
We've had segues.
I
Good
wanted
podcast
Paul to
there.
be like, man, it really fucking sucks compared to a year and a half ago.
You now have a 1-star review, and it just says ass.
You should be doing this. You guys are doing this. I don't get it.
I can't wait. Paul's going to give us a 1-star review, and it's just going to be like, they think yellow perch are ugly.
They laughed at me. They laughed at me.
They're wrong.
I think that's the new title of the podcast. It's going to be Are Yellow Perch Sexy? And we're
I
going
just
to
think
see if
that's
going to
be the name of like a bar. I'm going to be very
Listen.
successful in the bar. It's going to be called Ugly Perch.
We
Ugly
asked,
perch?
We asked the
I
top
like
questions.
that.
There? Who wouldn't drink there?
Have you ever
Shit,
been
I'll
to-
drink anywhere. I don't
Have you ever
discriminate
been
against alcohol?
to Washington, Idaho, or Alaska?
No,
Any of you guys? Okay.
Wait, have I ever been there?
Yeah. Yes.
Sure. No. Like I've
I
I've
was like, is he
been
gonna
I've been
answer?
there,
Hold
but like I've
hold
never like stayed
Hold
there.
on. Are you about
Okay.
to incriminate yourself? Is that why we're
Yeah, I
having
know
some
he's really
stutterings right now?
standoffish on it.
Maybe
Have
not.
I ever been
All
there?
So there's a strip
Who's
club
asking?
chain. There's a strip club chain in those 3 states, and their
Wow.
tagline. So there's another really good strip club chain, right? And it says 99 beautiful girls and 1 ugly one, which is funny as shit, right? But then there's another one who flipped it around, and it said 99 easy ugly girls and 1 pretty one.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm trying
Wow.
to figure out. I'm pretty sure that perch is in the 99 ugly easy ones.
Not according to Paul. That's where you're wrong.
I got nothing to say.
I still can't. All right. I know we've been harping on it, but I do want to go back to, like, you tried to mention the coloring, right? It has the tiger stripe, which is cool. But every bluegill and every crappie, maybe not so much on the crappie, but every bluegill kind of looks different because they have different colorings, and it's
Yeah. Well, there's a
Right.
1,000 variations because, like, yeah.
right.
And you get hybrids and all.
I'm not.
Yeah.
This is not like. Are we saying that like I don't like blue? Like I love bluegill. What are we?
You wanted
we're
to kill them.
we're proving you wrong.
Yeah.
About
They're
perch.
delicious.
And
That's all
we're
They're
we're doing.
delicious.
continue.
They're also
And
very
continue.
delicious, by the way.
Yeah.
What
Mhm.
Paul, do you remember any more MFKs from that episode when we premiered this? I'm trying to.
Yes,
What did we
I got
have? Okay.
I got a
All
good one. I got a good one. MFK, Astro God, Vaseline,
Yeah.
or KY jelly.
Oh, wow. I mean,
Paul got a
I'm
little
marrying the
excited.
Astroglide, right? I mean, right? I mean, right?
yeah. Hey-oh.
Kill it.
KY, we are. KY,
You gotta kill the
we are.
Vaseline.
Yeah, you kill the Vaseline.
Vaseline's
Absolutely.
dead.
Who needs that?
100%.
What is that even for? What is that for?
Right.
Chafing.
Vaseline? Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Still?
greatest the greatest chafing medication is Vaseline, and the second one is mayonnaise.
And
Oh,
that
I was
is
gonna say
a
Astroglide,
and
but okay.
that's a factual statement.
A factual statement. God,
Yeah.
that's funny. I love that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Tell you what. When you got thick thighs
Wait,
and them bitches rubbed
mayonnaise?
together, it's
Did
100
you say
degrees
mayonnaise?
outside. Yeah. Gotta be Dukes. Good
Gotta
on
be
sandwiches.
Dukes.
Expensive? Oh,
Good on sandwiches and thighs.
All right, I will say Paul's talked about Dukes for. All right, that's our number 2 sponsor behind Astroglide. He's talked about
Yeah.
Dukes a lot.
I'm pretty sure Dukes is not gonna fucking come close to
But
this
I
podcast.
randomly at the grocery store last month
Maybe.
saw Dukes. And in New
Uh-huh.
Jersey, I'd never seen that fucking brand before. It's always like Hellman's here, right? And I saw Dukes, I picked it up. Yo, Dukes is the fucking shit.
yeah, it
It's
slaps
like
like a
it's-
motherfucker.
It is so, why do you keep talking like a fucking Gen Z kid, Paul? It slaps, no cap. Like,
I didn't say that, but yeah, I feel you.
He's part Mr. Beast. He's just an old
I'm just old as hell.
Yes.
You know what is funny? You say that.
Hold on. Me and Jeff are gonna be. I set that joke up, and Jeff sided in on it, slammed that thing out like Paul stole that turkey from his brother-in-law. Like he just fucking hammered it. Listen, we're doing a podcast draft, and I'm going to aggressively average.
That's what's up.
Let's roll.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
Yeah, y'all are gonna fire his ass after 3 episodes.
You know why? So you know why why you say Gen Z things is because on TikTok and probably 20% of 30% of Instagram, that's how old those kids are.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. No, I get it.
They'll still think you're a dork if you start saying their words.
Yeah, but there's a line for sure. But like, I know what the line is.
There's no line.
No, you don't.
There's no line.
You said that slaps. I actually wrote it down 7 times so far in this podcast.
And
you said that slaps.
And
yeah,
I wrote it in my diary.
Dude, it doesn't fit for Elder Mr. Beast to say that slaps. You said it 7 times.
Elder Beast.
Is that slaps? Is that
He's the Elder Beast.
Is that
Elder
Beast? Oh God. That's a Jeff. No, that's a shirt.
That's a shirt.
That's a shirt.
Paul's face. The Elder Beast.
I'm gonna use the TikTok account. I'm gonna take a picture of Mr. Beast and do the aging, and I'll screenshot it, and that will be the artwork.
The Elder Beast
for Elder Beast.
Hold on, Paul. You don't got to do
Can we
any
make
of
a
that
Pokemon
work.
card.
You don't got to do any of that work.
Yes.
Just take a picture of your face. You don't have to do the aging.
Yeah, you're right.
thing.
You're right. What are we doing here?
Why are you doing all this extra work? It's just your face.
Exactly.
Just do that.
Oh God.
Oh, that joke slaps. All right.
But
we
man,
talking
that
about?
fucking slaps.
What are you, a teenager?
No
Is that even Gen Z? Is slaps?
What?
Is that Gen
Yeah,
Z?
dude, it's totally
It's like an in between.
Well, it's like that like the very end of millennial.
That's elder millennial, younger millennial.
It
no,
bridges
elder
the
would
generational
be
gap.
like I'm a millennial technically, right? But I'm definitely an elder millennial. In 1984, I'm an elder.
You're like a
millennial.
couple of years older than me. I'm 87.
I know. So quit
I'm
trying to
88.
sound hip. You're not that hip.
Oh, I think
I'm younger than you. I can be hip.
Yeah.
You can't.
No,
Wow.
you can't either. You're still too.
You know, I do think about that though, because like
What?
I'm not that far away from being like 40 years old and doing this and being
Yeah, dude.
like, doesn't that seem weird to be like, I'm making videos on the internet that literally 20-30% of my audience is a teenager.
Yeah,
maybe
but
more.
they also
I'm like, how
I'm
did
goddamn-
we get here?
I'm fucking
Yeah.
42, and I act like I'm
42.
12 all the time.
Yeah,
Well,
it's more
you're a
than
I
giant
love
man, baby.
I will make videos about me doing stupid shit, and I love it. I don't give a fuck who watches it.
So we are going to run out of
I
an
love that.
audience at
Great.
some point, right? So we were at a family event, and I talked to some the younger cousins, right?
Mhm.
And they're like Gen Z, and I was like, "What do you feel about podcasts?" And they're like, as Paul would say, "They fucking slap, bruh."
They slap.
Like, like they're all about.
There's
them,
no
right?
way anyone who's Gen Z actually likes podcasts that much.
No, they
No,
don't
they
have the
do.
attention span.
They do, but they want the micro.
Those assholes don't
ones.
even
Hold
like
on.
to
They want the
text.
micro. They don't want anything over a 30-minute podcast,
Mm.
which is
I
really
actually
weird.
prefer that.
Ugh. Ugh.
I don't listen
you're
to
Gen Z.
podcasts anymore. I don't have time for that, but no, I don't know.
I can't do a 30-minute one.
No.
Like I
What
might be
podcast do you
driving.
listen to? What podcast do you listen to?
Nothing but the average aggressively elder millennial angler.
The
Elder
Elder
Beast
Beast.
is a great show.
Elder Beast anglers.
What do you, but like, yeah, what do you listen to?
I like podcast wise. I do listen to fishing wise. It'd be Cut and Retie, right? I do listen to them
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Serious Angler, they're great.
Yeah.
Mostly what I listen to is non-fishing actually. So I listen to like
Yeah, yeah.
Last Podcast on the Left.
Same.
Uh,
Oh yeah.
like super into them. I think the drama that happened with them this year made them so much better now.
Yeah.
Now that somebody's gone, it is a way better
Henry's-
show.
Henry's fucking awesome.
Um,
Ed. Ed's fucking
Ed's
baller.
awesome. I listen to This American Life because I'm fucking a
Oh,
39-year-old.
love it.
Yeah.
I love This American Life's 10 out of 10.
I'll do some older ones, like I'll re-listen to shit like Serial. I'll re-listen to those fucking
Serial
episodes.
was so damn good, and at the time there was nothing like it. But it's like every time I'd get off, I'd be like, "Man, this actually happened / is happening. This is depressing as fuck."
It was.
And I remember being like, "This is dirty laundry in the air." Like, ugh.
It is. But did you ever listen to the This Is Shit Town podcast?
Oh yeah.
So that's like a Serial one, but not like in their seasons.
Very good.
Right?
That I like that one with the
my
Mercury. I like that
favorite.
way better than.
so
but
good.
but at the time, like I guarantee you, like one of the reasons podcasts are as big as they are is because of that podcast. Like
100%.
So many people downloaded the app and used it for the first time because of Serial. Like that changed the podcast game for a lot of people.
Golden window.
I'll listen to Theo Vaughn. I like Theo Vaughn a lot because he talks a lot of nonsense and it's the best background music.
As long as you're writing the Bible, like or something like that, then we're good.
Best Friends. I'll listen to that one. I only like a couple comedian ones. I do think, and I think
those
we
are
talked
all
about
stupid podcasts, except for last podcast on the list.
I think we talked about this last week, right? I do think like the comedian sphere is like edging into podcasting and kind of like overexposing it because every shitty comedian has a podcast now.
Shitty angler.
And then there's that's also the thing too. And maybe I didn't get to expand fully, so I'll do it now. I think every angler or company has a fucking podcast now. And it's getting to be a bit too much because they're not entertaining. They're just giant ads that are just it's like going to a strip club. Like I'm never gonna fuck, but you're gonna keep riding it. And that's basically what a lot of these ones are, right? Because they're just regurgitating ad after ad after ad. And it's
but that's
trash.
how YouTube is. That's how Instagram business accounts are for the most part.
And that's why podcasts, why we shifted our focus. We gave up. Like I gave up on the YouTube, right? I said, hey, the podcast is more important. Even to me, I mean, even like it's more important to me than editing videos that aren't going to get views unless
it's also way less fucking work doing the podcast.
Way less work. I don't have to do exactly what you said earlier,
we show up, we schedule a guest.
Yep.
We do the interview. And then Alex does all the button pushing to make that shit
really
go out,
easy for Paul.
And then that's it.
You're right.
That's what say like. So Alex is doing that, and then Alex does this, and then right before that, he part. So right at the end, right at the very end, he produces the whole thing, and then and then it's pretty easy.
Yep,
I was there.
Hey, that's why I'm leaving.
I'm the talent. I'm the talent. So I just have to show up and record.
You're not the talent. Hold on, I actually have.
That's such a Paul thing to say.
It is. It is. You know what?
Which one?
Yeah, exactly.
We're both Paul.
Yeah. Exactly.
Hey, y'all are lucky. I got on at 7:44 today. I usually don't hop on here until 7:50 because the bitch can't start until I'm here. So
it's a fucking drama queen.
I start the podcast if Alex is going to be a few minutes late. I started on time, so he's late.
He never starts an episode.
Sounds like a lot of fun doing a show with you.
It's great. It's wonderful. He hasn't fired me yet, but I have 2-factor authentication on all the accounts. So
he does. Somebody left a comment. This is back in October, and they said the show is great, especially since Alex came back. We need more Alex and less Jabberhammer. I mean, some Jabberhammer is good, but the real star is Alex.
Damn.
And then I did an episode doing what people wanted from me, and everybody hated it.
And also that review,
like
I wrote it and I put it on there.
Like I said, I knew one of those was you guys, if not two.
No, it's definitely me that put that on there. If we go back to the low part of 2023 for us was when Paul listened to the goddamn fucking fans. And when Paul listened to him, because people say he interrupts too much, he's too crazy, this and that. He did an episode straight, and it was the fucking worst thing ever. It was so atrocious.
I wore a tie.
He did come in with a fucking tie. Yes. Who was that with? Boyer Fishing. He did it with Boyer Fishing. A guy fishes out of Lancaster. And Paul, not only did he wear a tie and he didn't interrupt, but he also every once in a while would come in and he goes, is it my turn to talk?
Oh.
Okay, so what's your favorite Texas rig bait? Like
he did have a really good garage door opener we got to talk about for 10 minutes though. That was really good.
Paul did spark a conversation about a fucking garage door opener, and Paul just kept going like, that's a good brand. Like it was
this sounds familiar.
Liftmaster, baby.
Oh my god.
We were on a members only live. Paul spent 20 minutes at the end of the live shopping for slippers.
So, hang on though.
He's got them on
Are
right
we
now.
showing feet?
Got him.
Hey,
dude.
Oh, you got the dudes.
Okay, these first
up,
pair
bro?
of dudes I've ever owned. I've only worn them for about 2 hours. These are good.
Do we all
shoe.
have dudes on?
These are good house shoe.
Yeah, dudes.
No,
Paul doesn't. Paul ain't got nothing on.
Paul's got hey
gross.
bros.
He's got his
Paul,
dirty ass foot.
You're
So-
supposed to charge for those pictures. What the hell are you doing?
So we do a segment on the show where we
Gross.
talk about Crocs. We talk about Crocs or flops, right? And we almost have
Well,
to
Alex, hold on. Don't
Oh,
go into that
I
because
forgot
Jeff has to
Jeff's
do it.
Never
tonight.
done it. Oh, I forgot. Jeff's never done the shotgun round. He's got to do that tonight.
We
Good
are
luck, Jeff.
slow rolling thunder, and Crocs, flops, or socks was one of our deals.
Sorry, trademarked. You're gonna have to
Hey,
pay us
dude.
for
Damn,
that.
baby, how many episodes?
Ante up, baby.
I want
wait,
back
we-
pay.
Y'all
Listen,
been
we
doing
only-
this podcast for 200 years.
That's
No,
right.
not at
200,
all.
Wow.
No, listen.
The elder beast.
Incredible.
The elder beast.
Only the elder beast lives that long.
Only the elder beast could do a 2000.
Listen, just so people know, let's set the record straight. Paul announced the AA Angler podcast on our show first.
Oh, really?
And there was 14 people who heard about it. So technically all
Nice.
royalties from their failed sponsorships should come to us.
Oh,
I mean, fair enough. Also, you didn't tell me you were gonna tell everybody about it on this podcast.
Well, we only
maybe
asked
I
him.
did.
No, you
Maybe I did.
No.
Well, no, he said because I asked for both of you. And
Good
you
job,
were-
Alex. Now they're about to
I
break
didn't.
up on
It's
this
over.
podcast.
They're already going to
I
break
told
up
you to
over
keep it a
Yellow
secret.
Perch. They're already going to break up over Yellow Perch. It's not.
The yellow
next-
perch.
The
Our
t-shirt
sexy
I make
podcast.
right after Ancient Beast is gonna be
The yellow perch with
It's
It's not
voluptuous
ancient.
lips.
It's not ancient beast. It's elder beast.
The elder beast.
Hey, I have a question for you two, and I want you to answer this individually.
Good. I got to piss. Sweet.
Good luck.
You can do it.
Yeah,
Maybe
he's
That's
going to
fine.
tinkle in his sump pump, which is like 2 meters beside him.
the old
Savage.
basement pee.
Nice.
Love
What's
it.
the stupidest thing you have done while fishing?
Everything. Have we ever done anything intelligent while fishing? Just curious.
What is the stupidest thing we've ever done?
I know
I-
the answer.
I know the yours, but I don't. Is that a we? Is this a we answer? Like, cause I don't.
We or individually, it doesn't matter. Just think of the stupidest thing that.
Well, I know what
we
Jeff
are- we are
is. So
one.
Jeff, you tell the story, and I will confirm if that's exactly what I was thinking.
Okay, it was the time when I went whitewater rafting in a Hobie Pro Angler.
100%.
fun.
This is not a question. This
that
is a.
sounds-
I knew this. I knew this.
Sounds like a near-death experience.
You know
Was.
what? The best thing I could say about it is it wasn't on purpose for like a video clout kind of thing.
Oh
Like
no, yeah.
it wasn't like, hey Paul, do you want to go to this river where I know a dam is overflowing right now and we can go?
Well, we didn't know
whitewater
it
rafting?"
was. That they were going to be.
So it was on the flat river, and there's a section where like you go down a ways, like a couple hour
You catch
float.
no fish while you're doing that.
Well, I caught fish, you did. But then like you get to the dam, and at the dam you have to portage quite a distance down into a no ramp section over some boulders and like huck your boat in, and then you continue all the way down to town. And when we hit the dam, I didn't know that it was running because I didn't do homework for some reason. I didn't check it out. So the dam was like flowing crazy. So,
Like,
yeah, it was high. The current was insane.
I
I
heard
was
this
like-
on y'all's Jugs and Bugs episode. Yeah, it's
yeah.
a good. It's a fucking good one.
Yeah, so it's like we had already gone down the river like a couple hours, and it was more than halfway down. And I was like, well, we should just
I'm peeing too. The store is only like a quarter
it.
done.
I was like,
Yeah, dude.
we should get to town. We should just keep going because we already did the portage and all this. I'm like, we did all the work. So fine. It's dangerous. We'll be fine. So we throw the pro angler in and I hop into it and I immediately get sucked into the damn current. So then I'm like, just paddling my ass off. I'm trying not to die. And I get away from the current where the dam's flowing. And you have a couple of like little small islands. So you got eddies flowing around the islands. So I'm trying to come up around that. And I'm just getting hit with the opposing current because it's just wrapping around those islands. And I get pushed immediately into the bank, which is overgrown with trees. I got all my rods standing up behind me. I got a power pole, and then I have a GoPro.
River fishing with your shit vertical.
It's exactly because the upper part of the river is wide open. You can. And then when you go down to the bottom, it's like, oh, I should probably tuck that away. Forgot.
And the one boat with horizontal rod storage.
I mean, it was available. I just didn't use it, whatever. So, and at this point too, what I should also mention is before we even got there, Paul exploded a rod. He like hucked his rod into it. It exploded. He ruined his rod. I lost the side plate to my Abu Garcia Revo SX reel. So that sucked. So that was unusable at this point. And then we do the river thing. I get blown into the bank and all my stuff is hung up. Luckily, didn't lose anything then. Put it all into the boat. We're trying to get the boat up. Paul and I are just yanking on this thing and it won't move. It's stuck on the bank for some reason.
Why?
It won't slide up. And it's because
saving that one for a clip. It'll be a different
paddles,
clip though.
Yeah. The paddles were in the way. So we end up just bending the fin drive to the Hobie Mirage drive. So I broke that. I was like, okay, well, this is bad. And then we had to carry the boats, my heavy ass boat, his less heavy ass boat, through the woods, through the muck, drop it in. We're still in high current situation.
We did stop and drink a couple of beers and catch a whole bunch of smallmouths right there at the end.
Yeah. We sat there on the bank. We caught a couple fish. So at that point, it wasn't even that bad yet. And then we get in, we go down the river, and about halfway back to town, there's a big overhang. And again, I had my stuff vertical still because I forgot. So I did end up breaking the rule. I was like, I knew I should have laid those down, but I go through this like choked out section and a tree grabs my brand new combo, which was a Dobbins Fury with a Fluger President XT that I just got. I got it a week before that. Gone. Just yoinked it right out of the boat. Yeah. So then I was done. But that was definitely like just getting into the bottom section of the river. That was the stupidest thing that I've probably.
We are usually very safety cognizant, especially as we've gotten some more, people watching the channel and stuff like that. Like I'm very cognizant of like
in your PFD.
Absolutely,
we do have whistles, and soon we will have lights
and a knife. And honestly, even if I never used it, even if I got into 100 bad situations, I never used it. If someone watching our channel like went out and bought a nice PFD and a whistle and a knife and always had it with them, and they decided to use their whistle that one time, I'd be like, you know what, fine.
Yeah. Hey, Alex, don't talk shit. Greg Blanchard's life was saved.
I saw that. Yeah,
because of his whistle and his PFD.
It was, yep.
And people will tell you. And Jeff had a lost on the river moment when he was younger and like in the dark. And if you can imagine like maybe having that whistle is like the only thing that someone could possibly hear, and like rolling down the river at night, something like that. Like, dude, that I 100%.
It is way better than the alternative, because a whistle signifies, hello, I need help. Could you please help me?
Help me, motherfucker, right now.
The alternative is you scream that at the top of your lungs as you're wading down a river at midnight, which is what I did when I was lost on the Muskegon.
Yeah, that ain't gonna work. They're like,
the
people who come get you don't want them coming.
There's a crackhead coming down the river. Everybody leave. Run away. There's a crackhead coming.
I still can't believe I didn't get shot, or somebody didn't at least fire off warning shots. Nobody did that. And like one guy came down and got me out. So free rap.
And wasn't an insane person.
And was a very nice individual.
Paul has to tell the stupidest shit.
Hold on, I have breaking news. Yeah, I will. But breaking news. Somehow we're gonna get fucking 3 inches of snow in New Jersey, and they're canceling fucking school. Are you fucking?
So everyone knows that we're like a quarter of the way through. Like,
oh my god,
you got the days,
and they're if that school district has days to give, they're taking them.
But they can do virtual school.
So it's not.
They can do virtual school now, and it not count against their missed days too.
No, if you say you're going to do virtual school or take a snow day, my kids aren't going to go to fucking school. They're not doing shit, right?
Yeah.
We're going to do a snow day, but we're only getting 3 inches. I have so much shit to do tomorrow.
Not anymore.
Here's the thing.
Not any fucking more.
That's my Saturday job.
My district had 2 days off this week for cold.
Mm-hmm. And then it actually snowed and was really gross in the morning. And then
what do you mean? It was just cold?
It was
you
too
live
cold.
in Michigan. You live in Michigan, right?
I know.
Dude, we never got. I never had a cold day in my life.
Now that is befuddling in Michigan, but down here, if it gets into like the teens in the Carolinas,
sure,
that's some serious shit down here.
Sure, I get that.
The fucking teens that. But here's the thing too: we got elementary school kids that are getting on the bus at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah. And they ain't no bus stop with no cover or anything. They sitting out there on the damn side of the road.
Good. Like it builds character.
Like their ancestors.
Yeah, those ancestors were acclimatized. Kids nowadays are not.
All right.
Like me, I'm going camping this weekend. It's gonna be 15 degrees. I'm wearing sandals. No socks, no shoes, sandals.
That's like all I see kids do now. That's what kids do. They don't wear their coat. They wear shorts in winter. And I'm like, what are you doing?
Exactly. Doesn't love to suffer. You know, what was it about? I'll never forget having battles with my parents because we were going to
not putting on your coat.
And they were like, and I was like, I don't have enough freedom. I can't do what I need to do. Like
this coat
I wanted none of it. I wanted none of it.
Dude, I had this talk with my daughter today. I picked her up from school. She didn't have her jacket on. I'm like, what are you doing?
Tell me that I'm wrong.
It's winter. We go get in the car. She's like, I just don't want to wear it. And I was like, why not? Like, I love a jacket. I love a jacket.
I hate
on a coat.
I hate a jacket.
Okay. I hate a jacket.
Elder Jeffrey.
I know.
I hate a bulky jacket, right?
Trying to catch like Randy Moss in a bulky jacket, you can't do it.
Right. So, but I'm with you where my kids, so we went out and bought them like really warm jackets, right?
But big jackets, yeah.
But no, they're not dumbass. They're not big jackets. Oh, holy shit. We got fucking goddamn elder millennial here.
Actually, they're all of Alex's wife's old U.S. Postal Service jackets that his kids wear to schools.
You just get lost in those.
Yo,
I got 2 in one arm.
In the day, though. So, all jokes aside, back in the day when I was a kid, that was dope if you had a fucking post office jacket in the punk rock scene in Seattle. Yeah. Like, you would rock this fucking jacket in the pit. It was awesome. Yeah.
Why not?
Why? Because you were like because you were at like a new metal / punk rock show, right?
Yeah.
And you were like, fuck the man, I'm gonna wear his jacket. Fuck him.
Yeah.
So
you
put a postal.
Yeah,
that was the easiest one
of all.
But that was the easiest one.
Like,
yep.
No.
The easiest
one, like fuck that guy.
No, because the post office was the easiest one to get from a thrift store.
Oh god,
from a thrift store,
from your
right?
grandmother, basically. Oh, from the thrift store. Okay,
right. That was the easiest one. I could pay $10, wear like all this, and be like,
that's punk rock is shit. Yeah, for sure.
Right, like we
that's
we
the
put
dumbest
studs.
thing I've ever heard on this.
Oh,
podcast.
It was dumb as shit, dude. It was dumb as fuck. But that's what we did. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I wore a seatbelt buckle belt. So that's as hell. Yeah, we were all dumber than shit.
Dude, I went to
I love the seatbelt buckle.
I went to
GM. I had the GM one
with that fucking belt. I went to boot camp with that belt, and my drill instructor was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm gonna beat you with whatever belt you brought." Oh, yours is Kevlar and steel.
No, dude, the spiked belts. The spiked belts even worse. Oh no!
Guilty. 100% guilty. Not only was I guilty.
You a 2-row spike belt or a 3-row spike belt?
I was a 3-row, and it never came with the spikes. It was just whatever ghetto belt I got from Value.
Oh, so you bedazzled your belts.
Exactly.
You're bedazzling.
I would buy
but
the
like
shit
from Brockway.
Yeah, from Hot Topic. I would get the shit.
Yeah, it's bedazzling butt.
Yeah. Man, it's embarrassing.
This is interesting listening to y'all wear your winter clothes where y'all are from, because down here usually there's only about a week combined out of the winter down here where you actually have to wear winter clothes. I mean, we go out in shorts and t-shirts, and it's middle of January.
Right into the hurricane, yeah, for sure.
Well, they don't just pop up. You know when they're coming for weeks.
No, I'm with you on that one.
You know, a week in advance, and it's still a death scramble like the day before to get all your shit.
Wait! I wasn't ready.
The fucking month before.
No, but
there were 89,000 people in the blast zone. What the fuck?
Yeah, but hold on. It's also you guys. Hold on, it's you guys up north too, where they're like, "Holy
where am I
shit,
supposed to go when it
we're
snows?
gonna get a fucking blizzard."
I'm gonna go to Florida.
No, I'm just saying up
to
there
the hurricane.
Too.
God, it's snowing tomorrow. Leave.
Imagine if we evacuated every time it snowed. That'd be bad.
Well, snow in a hurricane is a little bit different. I mean,
you get snow hurricanes because that would be insane.
Isn't that called
that would be
cyclone?
Hey, what was that? Was it not Final Destination? What was the movie back in the early 2000s where they had the snow hurricanes?
The snow canes?
Yeah,
it sounds like every sci-fi movie ever.
No,
like Sharknado. And you remember the tornado that was sharks?
Yeah.
Sharknado
1, 2, and the follow-up 3 for groundbreaking best.
There's 5.
They had like 8 of them. There's a ton. Ian Ziering's career was resurrected by Sharknado.
Mark Cuban was in Sharknado.
Yes, he was.
What?
Exactly.
Why? Why not?
Also a millionaire. Coincidence? I don't think so.
Fully funded Sharknado 3D.
Speaking of Final Destination, behind the scenes, my mother is coming from Portland, Oregon to New Jersey tomorrow. And I proceeded the last week to send her nothing but Final Destination videos.
What the fuck?
The log truck?
I hope she's not flying on a Boeing.
Because as long as water bottle. Hold on, Paul. That's where it went. She went, well, I'm flying on a 737. So then I sent her that clip of the 737. And then I found as many Final Destination clips that it had to involve some kind of plane as possible.
You didn't just do snakes on a plane where like it's raining snakes on people?
I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on the motherfucking
plane. Best line ever. Yeah. So that was like the greatest game like 2 weeks ago.
Samuel L. got his ass ate by a shark too.
He did.
It's true.
In Deep Blue Sea.
In the middle of
a hurricane.
Long later,
in the middle of a hurricane.
In the middle of a monologue in a hurricane.
Harpooned with a dynamite stick.
Yeah.
Good.
That's LL Cool J's greatest movie ever. That fucking parrot lived through that movie.
Oh, it did. You're fucking right.
It got snapped at and it did not get et. So that's pretty good.
Have y'all ever eaten?
We gotta get a parrot on the show.
Have you ever eaten a parrot?
Is this another thing like perch where I'm supposed to know it's good?
Well, I mean, apparently, I heard parrot tastes like perch.
Well, it's fucking delicious.
Yeah, they look the same too. They're yellow and brown. I think. I don't know. I'm colorblind.
I've eaten parrot in Costa Rica. Yep. It tastes.
How was
like
the dog?
I didn't have dog in Costa Rica. I had dog in Panama. But I had parrot in Costa Rica. Super stringy, not good.
Hey, do you know what parrot that didn't make it? What the fuck was that Pauly Shore movie where they were in Biodome?
Is this a lag
the parrot got ate in Biodome. It didn't live through that movie. Poor
no, that's fair. Man,
of course,
Shore movies. This podcast is going downhill.
No, it's
not. Off the rails counter, we would have given up 30 count ago.
If you call it Pauly Shore, that's like 15 off the rails at once.
Honestly, boys, this
Alex's
is not Alex's
Coast Guard career was Pauly Shore's career in the Army. That was Alex in the Coast Guard. He was Pauly Shore in the Army, but in the Coast Guard.
Basically. Well, not really, but yeah, basically. Dog tasted like old venison. You know, like when you eat venison and it's kind of been in the
sauce.
So
yeah.
Well, no, I mean not. Hold on. Was it a Labrador Retriever or what?
I don't know the type of dog I ate, but
they didn't drop the thing out like this is Bill. Yeah. We'll be dining on him later.
Like how you pick your cow.
Here's Let's go eat him.
This was This was like
What do you
like
feed
when you
'em? I
pull
just
from
wanna
the
know.
freezer, you pull a piece of
Give you
venison
the hair
and
to take
super
home like a
freezer burn.
napkin.
They give you the collar. It's got the name on it.
All right, we're gonna clip that.
That's just his fur. Put the thing up there. Here's Alan.
There you go.
All right, we're gonna
Anyways, that was
clip that.
delicious. Thanks.
New episode of the podcast is the Aggressively Average Angler Podcast hates dogs.
We have a new rule about what you can't talk about.
Dude,
No,
you can't even say this on YouTube. That's
Hey,
why.
It,
hey, speaking of eating shit
is
though, have
gonna
y'all
be on
ever
YouTube.
eaten raccoon?
I have not eaten raccoon.
Okay. Y'all got a bunch up there. Y'all try one day. It's
We
pretty
sure
good.
do. We got a lot of things in the masses, but we don't
I have
eat 'em.
not tried to eat trash panda, and like I'm not a discerning individual. Like I've eaten
Yeah.
squirrels and all kinds of stuff, but
If somebody was
I-
cooking it up, I'd try it.
I've even
Okay.
I've had fox, like, but I've not, or not
Hmm.
fox, coyote, but like,
Yeah.
That's dog.
yeah, no,
It's
I've never
dog.
been like, I'm gonna shoot that domesticated rat. Like that's what we're gonna do.
Oh, you
Wait,
had
a
domesticated
raccoon.
dog, not
Wait,
cool.
a raccoon is not a
dog.
domesticated rat.
Wild dog, dumbass.
Mine didn't have a name, motherfucker.
That is not organic. Okay, he's been
No
eating out of his dumpster for months.
Shit.
Ours are fed a good diet of diamond dog food, high in
Oh, yeah.
protein,
Yeah.
low in corn.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
times.
would imagine
This is
I
see.
keep,
Do you see why this is the best fishing podcast out there? We don't even talk about
Oh, it's
fishing.
way
You don't have to worry about fishing.
yeah, we don't talk about fishing at all.
It's way
I mean, when
better.
we do talk about fishing, it's like, is this fishing or somebody fucking? That's the extent of where we're going.
Or how wonderful perch are. Yellow perch are wonderful.
They're not.
I hope you
they're
guys get
gross.
absolutely wrecked. I hope all the 5-star reviews come in and they're like, "Perch are great. You're dumb." Like,
Listen.
I want to.
There's gonna be one from you.
He already sent it.
It's already
Hold on,
posted, man.
no, I didn't. Hold on. I'm gonna
What are
delete
you talking about? What are you talking about?
back up.
All right. So we're getting to the point of the show. And so Paul's actually done this before. So Jeff, this
Which
is going to be
one?
new for you. No,
Sweet.
Paul, shut the fuck. You do this every week, dickhead.
Which
Did
one?
you talk to all your guests like this?
Yeah, every time you say Paul, shut the fuck up, I'm like, dude, I say that all the time.
Me too, bro. Me
I
too.
get you.
Me too.
Uh,
All right. So before we get there, because this is going to elevate you to either the highest heights to become a serious angler, or the lowest
that's-
lows
Yeah.
to
Lowest
the
lows
dark
it is.
waters.
Well, so got it.
We're gonna give you a shot to shout out whatever you want to shout out now before we get into the most.
Yeah, because y'all don't have any
incriminating
sponsors to
part.
shout out. So
Yeah,
I
this'll
I
be
guess
fun.
it's just
none of
each
them
other and your
bitches.
wives.
Don't buy anything from anyone.
Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Just make
stop
everything make
Just stop
everything in
buying
your
shit.
garage. Make all
No,
your
you
lures.
can make it yourself.
Don't
That's
buy
all I
it.
gotta
Hey,
say.
go to the little tubes at all the fishing docks and get all the line out of there and untie it and unknot it and roll it
Mhm.
back up on a spool and use that line.
That's
That's all you gotta
2025.
do. Just
Good way to
find-
lose this fish, for
Scavenge,
sure.
scavenge your lures. That's all I'm saying.
Scavenger
You gotta buy
Lures. That's their new
anything.
company where they just find shit and then sell it to you on eBay.
We just buff it up and we're like, here you go.
I don't hate
That's
it.
not rust. That's a colored, special colored hook. You know.
Hey, rusty hooks are tougher to get in, but they're also tougher to get out.
Yeah, but they have that nice red color because that's gonna make the
Mm.
bass strike.
You gotta love the red hooks.
Actual factual.
Okay, sure.
Factually,
I only have
factual.
one thing that is necessary, that's required
Yes.
on my
What do you
entire
got?
line of crankbaits. Red hooks. If it doesn't have
Mhm.
red hooks, get out of here.
Shit, I take my
Almost good.
hooks off. That's the best way to
That-
use them.
It's a great way to
Yeah,
catch.
it doesn't weigh them down.
They just
The
have to
wiggle's
like
less.
choke on the lure itself.
Oh god. Damn.
He fishes
No.
crankbait.
You don't set the hook. You let them swallow it.
Let 'em
Swallow
swallow
Wait
it.
about 5 minutes.
Working on it.
Then you reel
When
slowly.
they pass it, they pass it out the
They
rear.
Why do you
pass
only
it.
have
Then
a
you set the hook.
three-speed
Then you
retrieve
set it.
winch? Why
Listen.
don't you have a reel? Look, here's what
Listen, there's no way
When they
can
bite, you
shake
just
off.
pedal to the fish and scoop him up with your net. There's no
There you
fight.
go.
Also, they're all good.
I'm with Jeff. There's no way a fish can shake off the old butthole fucking hook set. The non-hook hook set. Yeah.
God.
All right. Well, all right. You guys don't want to shout at anybody? That's fine.
Go check out our stupid podcast. What's it called, Paul?
Well, go to the YouTube is where you can probably find all of our stuff. So aggressively average anglers, AA anglers. That's us.
Instagram, TikTok,
Everywhere. It's all the same.
Give us some mean
Also-
5-star reviews on our podcast. That'd be great.
Perfect. Yeah. Again, do it. Give them 5
Hey,
stars.
But we're not going to tell anyone, so it won't be a known
No.
thing for
And anybody who
honestly,
actually is reading reviews.
You'll have to
is-
read the reviews on your own.
Pasted.
Hey,
No,
Jeff, Jeff, a couple years ago, didn't you take your Hobie out and try to flip it in the lake to see how?
I did flip it.
Yeah. So I got into kayak fishing in late 2020, and y'all were one of the first YouTube channels I found. And when I was looking at buying
You old
a
fucks.
kayak,
You elder.
one of the
Elder
videos
Z's.
that I
Elder
used
Z's.
for me to buy my Hobie was when your big ass got on the edge of that.
Oh, yeah.
You were standing on your Hobie doing all the shit, flipping it to see what you could do.
Yep.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm a fat motherfucker, and if he can do that, you know what? I can sit in the seat and not have to worry about flipping.
That's the
And
deal. That was fun.
logic checked out.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love
Cool.
it.
All right. I'm glad that
Hey,
Jeff.
so Paul,
Oh,
so
shut
Paul-
up. You're fucking killing me. You're done.
well,
Anyway,
look, if I try to do all this shit after he does the shotgun round, you just end the podcast out of nowhere. So I have to get all
Yeah,
the
but you had
stuff
the
in now.
chance.
Out of
You're
nowhere
done.
at the official
You're
end of the
Okay, we're going to be stopping now.
Yeah.
That's
Anyway,
came
right
out
at
of
the end.
nowhere.
You always stop it right at the end.
You always warn me, and then count
Podcast
down,
always stops at the end.
and
It's
then
so
you
ridiculous.
click end.
Oh my God. Never mind. I'm trying to get drafted as serious angler now. I'm fucking done with both of you.
It's both
Good,
terrible.
good luck.
Bailey.
You actually have
Bailey.
to know something about fishing to be on that podcast, Alex. You're fucked.
Fuck.
Bummer.
Never mind.
Bummer.
Let me find another one. All right. Here's how it works. We're gonna do the shotgun round. It's gonna be a
All right.
rapid fire set of questions. We don't need an explanation unless we ask you for an explanation.
Oh, you're not getting
Um,
one. All right.
Yep. Also, we want your answer. Don't be a fucking politician about it and give us like, oh well, it could be both. Fuck off.
Perch.
Pick one.
Plead the
Perch.
fifth. Perch.
Perch.
All right. Perfect.
Every
Let's
answer is
start.
perch.
Astroglide.
Johnson.
Astroglide. Yeah.
Biofilm.
All right.
Elder Beast.
Texas rig or wacky?
Wacky.
Texas.
Not.
This
hold
is not
on.
for you, Paul. You've
Time
already
out.
done
Shut up,
this.
Paul.
You've
It's my
already
turn.
fucking done this.
Too late.
I'm gonna
Idiot.
mute you. Don't make me
Oh.
mute my
Well,
I'll
twin.
mute
Buddha
myself.
from
Thank God.
All right, Jeff.
Finally.
Wacky or Texas?
Texas.
Texas. Okay. Crocs or flops?
Crocs.
My man.
Hello.
You're heading to the water. Is it hype music or slow jams?
Hype.
What is
Usually
hype
metal.
music? I was going to say, what does hype music mean for you? Give me an artist.
I mean, it varies.
The old W car.
If you said,
If it's
because
Jeff,
you said
if it's
metal,
Jeff, it's Avenged Sevenfold.
It might be Avenged Sevenfold. I'll give a shout out to We Came as Romans for sure.
Okay.
I love that.
if
but
you
that
said
metal,
sleep
metal core,
token as metal, I'm going to fucking kick you off the goddamn show.
I don't even know who that is. So
Neither does,
Does
Alex.
Paul?
Never heard of her.
neither does Alex. He's like, I freaking hate those guys. Who are they again? Who am I talking about? They suck. The
You've
worst.
got
Fuck those guys. Fuck
you're
them kids.
fishing for 5 hours, right?
Uh-huh.
Would you rather have, or is it 3 hours, Paul? Yeah, it's 3
Well,
hours.
I was gonna say, have y'all ever got hyped up off of Brooks and Dunn?
Oh yeah.
that's a
I mean,
good
you
question.
can, yeah, for sure.
No.
Okay, Tyler,
God damn it.
Tyler, you have been. There we go.
Yeah.
They get hyped up on Brooks and Dunn. I
So
love it.
we asked Tyler Ward the same question as you, Jeff, right? And he said for hype music for him is fucking Brooks and Dunn.
He's
I'm
from
gonna go
North
there.
Carolina,
Feels
so
It may feel out of left field when a person
I
just
think it's
says
you
that.
know what? It's the subtle thing though. That's the right
Yeah.
type of hype. It gets you emotionally set, but you're not so over jacked that you're gonna be like jittery. It's Perfect.
If I was going to go with hype country music, I would have gone with
Jelly
with
Roll?
something else. No, I would have gone with an old school one. More like Billy Ray Cyrus would be my hype country
There's
music.
only like 2 hype songs. Like it's not Billy Ray Cyrus.
Oh, hey,
I'm sorry,
Dave, I want to see Paul's face on Billy Ray Cyrus doing the boot scoot boogie.
That's not.
Like,
He
I
didn't
wanna
do
fucking
Boot Scoot
see.
Boogie.
Same.
what
My
are we-
achy breaky heart.
There we go. Same fucking
Eat
thing.
more beans, the more you fart.
What?
Yeah.
Speaking of eating,
In a 3-hour session, do you want to catch 5 2-pounders or 1 7-pounder?
there you go.
3-hour session, 1 7-pounder.
Mm-hmm.
My man.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to spend more on a rod or a reel?
A reel.
Okay. Go ahead, Paul.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Oh my god. Yes.
I knew
My
it.
man.
I fucking knew
My
it.
man.
If it fits, it ships. Okay.
No.
My man.
Bowling ball on your pizza? Why not?
Why not? Does it fit? Put it
Does
on.
it fit?
I knew it. You're
My
too
man.
close to Canada. Ugh.
Yeah, my man.
That's right.
Listen, I'm from Washington State. I've now called New Jersey home. I
Yeah.
fucking love a Hawaiian pizza. It's so fucking good, and they hated it here. And when I
Yeah.
order it, they literally pause and they go, "Are you sure?"
Hey Alex,
like,
I
fuck
want you
yes,
to
I'm
go.
sure.
I want you to go to a real
Did
pizza joint,
I
the realest
stutter?
I
of
will.
real
Yeah, I'm
pizza
gonna
joints.
record it.
Listen,
Yep, that's a good
record
idea.
record getting pineapple on
That's
pizza.
a good idea.
And
That's a
then
really
take
good
a
idea.
bottle of ketchup and put ketchup
Put
on
it
it.
on the counter.
And I won't get.
Can you clean that up?
I want you to record what happens in the
Yeah.
like not Domino's. I want you to go to a real
No,
pizza
yeah,
joint
yeah.
and do that in New Jersey. And I want to
Yeah.
see that. I bet they'll throw that pizza in your fucking face.
Oh, for
You
sure
know
they
what?
will. New
Honestly, my
Jersey?
local pizzeria, because
Pizza who?
pizzeria.
Pizzeria?
So so
Yes,
when
of
you live
course.
down here,
Obviously.
Pizzeria.
What the fuck are we talking
All right.
about?
Hey, I thought
He
we
can't
talked about
spell
no
segue.
slurs.
He
I
doesn't
thought,
have
I thought we talked
dictionary.
about no slurs. This is how we talk.
The,
Okay.
The Riza?
All right. That might be the bourbon. Pizzeria. My local pizzeria. I tried to hold it
There we
off.
go.
I tried to hold it off. No, that's what we do in New Jersey.
No, that's the
We
spot.
pay-
The Risa Diza. The
Hey,
Rippity
for
Dippity
all the
Risa.
kids
The
listening,
bippity boppity.
all the kids that are listening, if you get a
Bing bong.
GED instead of a real education, this is what you'll sound like when you're 39
No
years old.
shit, right?
100%.
All right. Hey, I got a good one for you. Do you
Hey.
eat largemouth bass?
If Paul cooks it, yeah.
That's right.
My man.
I do.
Hey.
I don't do a lot of keeping myself.
Yeah.
I just don't like have the time for that. I don't want to make the time for that. Is how I should word that. I'm just like, I don't want to mess with it. But Paul likes to keep a lot, and he always has them like frozen. So I'm like, dude, you're cooking
How
it.
is-
I don't care
how
what
is
species
Paul-
it is. I'll eat it.
How is Paul in this new podcast draft? How is Paul not going to meat eater at this point?
That would probably be his
wish.
preference.
For
Yeah.
He
sure.
says he wish.
Probably.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wish.
100%. If Meat Eater like approached Paul and they offered him
Yeah.
$0, they're like, "We'll never pay you ever." he would be like, "I'm in. Let's go."
Wouldn't even ask. It'd be next Wednesday. It'd be like, all right, where the hell's Paul?
They're like, "You gotta pay us
Doesn't even live in the
$3,000
same
a month."
state. Dumbass.
All of a sudden,
I'm
we see
there.
the resurgence of the Burley Fishing podcast.
Yeah, Burley
like that.
Hot,
Do it.
hot.
1 to 2, back to 1. Sorry, here we are.
Aggressively average anglers now is taking sponsors to pay for Paul to be a meat eater.
I gotta front this. Come on.
Up with a t-shirt already, Jeff.
Well, hey Jeff, just so you know, Alex pays every penny of this podcast.
Yeah.
All I do is show up and record. once a
This is
week.
why me and Jeff are going to be on the same podcast because me and Jeff are obviously
Jeff and
the
I.
money man in this situation, and the two Pauls are the color commentary that somehow just leaks
the
off
talent.
of us,
We're the talent.
not the talent.
100%.
Yeah,
What,
100%.
All right.
Jeff?
All right, we got a couple more coming up, Jeff. And
Totally that.
these are two of the most
You
important
know.
questions you'll ever
They
have in
are.
your entire life.
Yes.
At least in podcasting land.
Mhm.
Have you
Look at
ever
slow motion.
have you ever eaten beaver?
I mean, yeah.
How'd you prepare it?
I mean, I'm not gonna like put a bunch of stuff on it. Just leave it alone.
What do you mean? Leave it alone. What do you
Explain.
what does that mean?
So you cut his tail off, and
What
you
do you
only his
mean?
butt, right?
No. Hey, Paul, this isn't you. This is Jeff.
Yeah, this isn't about you.
Yeah.
I don't.
So
What do you mean you're not gonna
Jeff,
like?
how do you eat beaver?
I mean, just you don't have to put anything on it. Like I said, you just take care of it.
What do you
Take
mean?
care of that
you
meat.
It's not a pet.
Yeah, I know. Well, it can be.
Oh,
Depends. It depends. I could totally be a pet. What are you talking about? Slow motion bro chat show.
so you want to pet it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you pet your beaver before you eat it?
Oh yes.
Yes.
100%.
Of course, sir.
Are you
It's like a-
adding
that's a
any kind
golden
of
rule.
But if you-
seasoning, like
but it-
oils or anything
but
like
it-
that?
But what if it bit you?
You had one bite you before?
Well, yeah, I'm in South Carolina.
Oh shoot. Do they all bite in South Carolina? I'm just
I mean, if they're
Oh, yeah.
alive,
Only the one with
Sure.
usually we trap ours.
Yeah.
And it
during
kills
what
them.
hours?
We
No,
trap
he
them,
traps
so it kills them.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. That's fair. That's a choice.
I'm not gonna
Well,
put
how do
anything
you
on
get
it.
your beaver? Do you trap the beaver or do you do another way?
No, I
I,
don't need to trap
I
it.
coax it in from the kitchen. Yeah.
Coax it. you got to coax it in. I mean, that's also required.
So what kind of bait do you use?
Yeah, it's usually more of like a musky scent,
Hmm.
something
Mm.
like that.
I don't-
Usually,
yeah,
Paul,
you don't
you've
need to
already
add
done
any
this
scent.
question,
You don't
Paul.
need to add any scent.
Wait. Paul, have you done that question or no?
You added scent?
I don't even know. I really,
Garlic?
honestly, truly
Garlic?
don't recall.
No, he's too
It
big.
was a
to
year and a
remember.
half
And
ago,
yeast?
Alex.
It's been like forever and a half.
Yeah, and he forgot about being on this podcast when he signed off. He's like,
That's
"Fuck
not
this shit.
true
This
at all.
never
Like,
happened."
Oh shit, this is a new podcast. Solid.
Oh yeah, the last time. For sure.
All right, Alex. Last
Yep.
one. This is the
Hey.
most important question that is going to be asked of you all night, Jeff.
Okay.
It is. And honestly, the Brewskis out there, they are a welcoming, wonderful bunch of people. But they're also degenerates. This is the only question that's going to kind of, give any ire to. So every great angler loves a sandwich. What are your top 3 sandwich proteins?
Just the proteins or types of sandwich?
Nope,
Top
just
3
the proteins.
Just the protein?
Yep.
Okay. Pastrami,
My man.
turkey,
Yep.
chicken.
Fuck.
No yellow perch?
There we go. No
No
yellow
yellow
Yeah,
perch?
no yellow perch, unfortunately.
Smallmouth
but-
bass make a better sandwich than a perch. Stake my
No.
life on that statement.
Ooh.
And also, just so you know, like we all agree that like Serious Angler is a phenomenal podcast, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
So Bailey said fucking spinach.
Unquestioned.
You said spinach was the protein?
Yeah.
First answer, and he was
Oh.
super
First
proud of
answer.
it. He's
He
like,
was
spinach.
super- oh, no.
I'm a big. He goes, spinach. I'm a big spinach guy.
Oh no.
Yes.
It's all the,
We've also
the vitamins
had,
and the minerals.
We've also had when it comes to awful answers, we've also had the first awful answer we actually had was cheese. Somebody just said fucking cheese.
Cheese
That was
sandwich.
hilarious.
That was Paul.
Yep.
Cheese block
Yep.
with
Uh,
Hellman's. Remember that video?
Oh, that tastes delicious.
Just
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to?
of course you
Who
remember.
are you talking to?
Hey,
You probably
I
ate it
grew up-
today.
I grew up eating mayonnaise sandwiches, piece of loaf bread, at least an inch of mayonnaise, another piece of loaf bread, and you just eat it.
Yeah, that's why you're so
down.
fucking fat.
What's
dude.
the most?
I want
what's
that right
the
now.
What's the most like? Hold on though. What's the most like trailer park food that you were fed with regularity that you thought was normal
Mm.
but was totally not normal?
Yeah. Yep. Go ahead. Let's
Mine?
start with
Mine?
Jeff. Hold on.
Hold on. Let's
No,
start with Paul.
This is my
No,
show.
motherfucker.
This is my show.
Paul throws the question out. He's
Go,
running
Paul.
the show now.
Yep.
This
Go,
is
Paul.
mutiny.
Go, Paul.
Hold on.
I'm down for it.
I'd like Paul
You guys all
to
mute
ask,
yourselves.
but I
Mute
want Paul
me.
Fat.0. That's you. Jabberhammer. Paul Fat.0. Answer.
I don't know because I grew up with a mama that cooked a lot, so I didn't eat anything weird
Oh,
unless
that's the
my
fucking
babysitter brought
worst.
it over. But she
That's the
used to
worst.
bring
Whoa.
squirrel over in tinfoil. And when my parents would leave, she'd bring the tinfoil out of her pack, and she'd open it up, and it was usually squirrel or rooster.
No, that's
And-
fine. That's fine.
yeah.
That's ghetto as shit.
Sounds
Hot
awesome.
damn.
Yeah, she kept it in her purse. Cree was her name. She's my babysitter. When my mom and daddy would leave for work, she'd come over there. We'd take that tinfoil out, eat that squirrel. It's delicious.
Nice.
There's a lot to
Brains and
unpack.
eggs.
Jeff, what's your answer?
Mine would be a go-to classic is a tuna casserole. Because
Mm,
tuna casserole costs $0.01.
Yeah.
And that's that's like the
Hamburger
quintessential
helper.
Midwestern.
With whatever
Yeah.
you have. If it
Yeah,
fits, it
Yeah,
fits.
yeah.
Pineapple, put it in there.
Yeah,
Put it in. All can if it fits.
Pineapple, beans, and tuna
Yep.
with some needed.
Ugh.
All right, Alex, how about you? A little short.
Oh,
putt.
it's me. So we did tomato aspect a lot as a kid, which
The
is
fuck is
fucking
that?
weird.
Aspect, like aspect
yeah.
ratio.
Like
Yep.
AS,
Was it
Like a
16 by 9?
ASPECT.
Like the visual embodiment of a severed soul. What are you?
No,
talking
so
about?
it was like a. It's so fucking weird. It's like a.
Ghost
Hey,
of
when
a
your mama
jungle.
gets into town tomorrow, have
Yeah.
her call me
Tomorrow.
because I need the recipe for tomato aspect.
Dude, it's gonna be so gross. So it was like basically tomato sauce in a Jello mold, and then you'd put mayonnaise on top. I'm fucking dead serious. It was so gross. I mean, I loved it.
That's
and I
why
still
you didn't.
do.
That's
So-
why you haven't grown. That's why you have not grown since you were 10 years old because you
Bro.
were eating Jello fucking
Bro.
tomato pie.
Yeah, dude.
Tomato
That's why you
mayonnaise
didn't
pie.
grow.
Oh my god,
Dude.
That's a trailer
dude.
park Caprese salad.
That's
Pay
a-
$1 trillion to have you grab that mug and scoop out some tomato aspect like it shit's nasty.
Dude, it's so
Hey,
good. Listen,
that's-
if I had
That's
some,
why
I
Alex is
fucking love it.
412.
Wow.
No, it's it's a delicacy in the Portuguese people. But
Are you
yeah, it's
using that
fucking
word
gross.
right? Like I don't think that's what that word
I
means.
don't even know what that means. That's not French.
You keep using the word.
That's
I
not
don't,
right.
I don't think you know what it means.
Well, I guarantee you can't spell it.
Portuguese? Fuck no. I got a GED, asshole. You fucking ass.
Not that word.
No.
Delicacy.
He said, "Jeez."
Oh yeah, no, I can spell that. I can do that.
Portuguese.
All right. Well, it's great to have these assholes on. They're never going to be on ever again.
PORTUGEESE. Portuguese.
No, there's like 4 S's in a row, I'm pretty sure.
No,
No,
it's
there's
porch hyphen a hyphen geese.
It's
Portuguese.
port hyphen
Portuguese.
GEESE.
Did
It's
you
the
just call me
redneck
a
term of the day.
Portuguese? You called me a
Portuguese.
Portuguese?
It's when you got geese on your porch. It's a Portuguese.
Is that why Goose's shit looks like it is? They're eating tomato aspect for supper
It
every
might
night.
be.
Probably
Gross. That's
something
It's so
toxic.
gross. The grossest thing though is that Paul got this really weird. I don't know if I should say it here, but he got this really weird medical fucking result, and it was
Oh my god.